Just so y'all know, I've had a fucking day and a week.
It is!
Just get,
Why do you have a bad week?
I gotta close the door first.
I don't sleep well.
Oh.
Same, dude.
So not sleeping well means I fuck up at work. Means I fuck up at work.
I gotta log out.
Then, yeah, you have a bad time. Hey, everybody, it's time!
No.
That was fast.
Yeah, we've done been in this for a few minutes now.
You made me bare my soul.
That you were tired? Is that all that's in your soul right now?
That's vulnerability, Jesse. We don't like that.
Did we reach the bottom of, like, were we scraping really deep in there?
Vulnerability is gay.
It is kind of.
You know what else is gay?
This game.
This game.
This game.
This game.
Yeah.
This game is gay. Because I put us as a tag for LGBTQIA+, according to Twitch. That's the name of that tag. So that way everybody knows that everything that's happening here is gay.
Hey.
Maybe that's why we don't have people watching.
Let's get some Kappa pride.
Yeah. Kappa.
Maybe.
Did you see that they're releasing like a brand new Star Wars game, or released it or something? It was like, it's called like Squadrons or some shit. And one of the characters uses they, them pronouns. So I went on the tweet announcing it, and it was just full of literally people with fedoras in their profile pictures going, well, you just lost a customer. Those are my pronouns.
What?
I wish that they come up. I wish that they had better jokes.
They have one joke.
It's the attack helicopter. It's the it's the
The attack helicopter.
It's the attack helicopter.
Anyways, do you guys want to see the cool pins I got today?
Please.
Sure.
They're stuck together. This one.
Those are not pins. Those are buttons. Oh,
Welcome to Jackal and Hare, where the first 10 minutes is just chatting.
Nice.
And where
I'm
I
gonna
have to
put
go
them.
take the enchiladas out of the oven.
Great.
That's why
we're just chatting.
That's why
I like that. Like horse blinders.
Yeah, so I can't see that Richard is being bad.
Also,
Cool.
so you can't see the haters.
Blocking out the haters.
I hate every single one of you.
Maybe this is just a way in which we can get people to relate to us as human beings before they watch us pretend to be other
Relate
kinds
to the
of people.
kids?
Yeah. So you do that first 10 minutes of just chatting.
Every good show does 15 minutes of bullshit up top.
Just right off the top.
Yeah.
Just complete and utter.
Okay, I took them out. We can start now.
Okay, cool.
I just got hit with a whole lot of tired.
Well, wake up.
Well, this has been Jackal and Hare. Thank you for watching the Immortal Odyssey.
I guess we're
It's
done.
gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Hey guys, well that's where I jump off the train tonight. Had a great time.
Literally, and then
I
roll
didn't
off
know
underneath the
Shane
tracks.
had already finished his guest spot.
What? What happened?
When can you miss it?
What
What are
happened?
you talking about?
What happened
Whiz.
last time?
I don't know, it's been a second.
We had a Christmas party, and we spent an inordinate amount of time giving each other gifts.
Because it was good.
Because we always do that.
I just realized that this and On Gilded Tides had their Christmas episode in fucking September.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's very funny. But let's talk about because this is the season premiere. I don't know if you guys know this. This is the season premiere.
Last season.
Season 2 of the Immortal Odyssey. Each legend point is going to be a new season. So what happened? Who wants to give like an overview of your first legend season? Like what?
God.
Like
Lady Luck said, "You guys, you four,
You
personally.
You from all
And
across
then
the world,
She
right?
picked us up like Sims and deposited us in her pyramid. And Lady Luck said, "You guys are gonna stop Ragnarok. So I'm gonna set you on the path to godhood."
Here's a chip. Go figure out why Las Vegas
He
isn't
handed
black
me a
area.
bag of Frito-Lays.
I was
and
gonna say
said,
it was
"Go
Cool
figure it
Ranch."
out." I said, "I don't like Cool Ranch, ma'am. Can I get nacho cheese?" And she said, "No, fuck you," and kicked
She
us out.
obliterated. She melted your face
So,
like in the first Indiana Jones
Basically, we
movie.
gallivanted around. Doing
Hold on.
things.
The most important part is that your horse got arrested in the first episode.
My horse did almost get arrested.
I stopped the police.
quick! I
And
said quick.
That's what I'm trying to do, but everyone's interrupting me.
Okay.
We're all having.
Well, we have to contribute so we can get a point of momentum.
That's what we have to do. We're contributing.
Not to this part. Just let me do this.
This is why no one watches our
So-
stream.
It's my
We're
fault.
idiots.
No,
So
'cause
we
we're
gallivant
Two
around.
brain cells. Sorry. Go ahead.
We gallivant around. And we're like, I'm gonna do all these deeds for people and make people happy and make people bound to me. Johnny, we all discover our individual powers after we are visited by our godparent or our just patron god, I guess, in general. And one of them was like, here's a gun, and then another guy was like, I'm in love with you. And then other people were like, hey, you're my daughter, but also kind of my dog. And then
And one was a ring of fire, let's fight.
I got confused because I thought you were just describing Wiley's shit.
And then one of them said, hey, you're a funny little scorpion, man, aren't ya? Aren't ya? And patted you on the head and said, I'm gonna fucking hurt. So we all had like our thingies to do, and
Anybody else want to chime in?
no, I've got this.
Taylor, you did enough. You did a good start.
Put me back. I'm not finished yet.
Put me in, coach. No, tag out.
Is this like popcorn reading? Do I get to call on someone?
Okay, so like, fine. You want to call on somebody? Do it.
I'm gonna call on you, Michael.
So, we all had our visitations. That's pretty much everything, I think.
And then we fought a plant man.
So okay, yeah. So we
Vanity of vanities, all is vain.
See, I told you it felt like a lot less sessions than it actually has, but we've had 3 sessions of this game, right?
No, 13.
You're right. But yeah, so after our visitation, we kind of gather back together. Also, we skipped a slight. Well, I'll leave Jay to that part. We skipped some of the Vegas stuff where we recruited fun new NPCs to our commune.
A new silly little fox.
Yeah, we put a fox in our inventory. Basically, Kiva finds out that she is the daughter of Hades and Persephone, just fucking cool. And she's also kind of Cerberus reincarnated.
Dogged her.
She's a piece of Cerberus.
They took the life essence of Cerberus and
Smushed a baby.
put it in the egg.
They
They
took
smushed a baby
Cerberus's
into
heart
it.
and put it into a nobody, and then Kiva came out.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up about Kingdom Hearts.
Get
Shut
your
the
Kingdom
fuck up
Hearts.
about Kingdom Hearts.
This is
Kingdom
bullshit.
Hearts assholes.
Fuck you.
You know what makes me blindly angry?
Kingdom
I'm
Hearts.
honestly fucking blanking.
Okay.
See?
You spent 20 years getting all your band members together.
You got a band.
Right, yeah, I did. Okay, I'll just skip through all that part for her.
Kiva did a band, Wiley went on a hunt, Johnny learned about his treehouse and adopted more children.
And
By
Jay
figuring
just
out there was a
experienced
baby.
anxiety.
Jay got
He-
a baby.
Kiva started a punk
Also got
band.
some
Kiva started a punk band made out of monsters who are fucking cool as hell. And then yeah, we killed the plant man at the Battle of the Bands. It was Narcissus, the actual dude who's working with Kronos, the fucking like King of the Titans. So that's gonna be
From
fucking
jail.
fun to deal with later.
From jail, like fucking Al Pacino.
From jail, yeah.
Yeah.
From
What
Al Pacino,
happened?
Al Capone.
Al
Yeah, like Al Pacino.
Like Al Pacino, yes.
Died of syphilis in jail.
I'm sorry, Al Pacino.
For Johnny, he basically figured out that that he has a bunch of children. He has to take care of them, but they're all dead. And you're the only one living in this realm. Besides that squirrel over there. This is your responsibility, kid. Bye. We also, Johnny and Wiley killed a basilisk, so that was interesting.
Yeah.
And more shit happened.
Yes.
I don't remember a lot. But I stole a girl's soul and ripped it right out of her body
She volunteered.
at the hospital.
Gotta
Oh, she
pay the
chose
troll
to go.
toll to get into this boy's soul.
Can Johnny do that to Trump? Because he's a child.
No.
He just got airlifted to the hospital.
I know.
So
So
also I have a
On
cowboy
a marine
ghost
plane,
named
whatever.
Daryl.
Fucking suck my
Uh,
dick.
I have a cowboy ghost named Daryl. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Daryl.
yeah, he had a rough fucking time of it because he drove his ATV into the river and he got bit by a copperhead.
Just
The
And
copperhead
died.
was the basilisk.
That's what happened to my niece. Yeah, Taylor, did you know that?
That was the constant joke last season, if you didn't know. That Taylor kept falling for until like the last time.
It's
Michael
pretty
said
good.
it.
That's my updog moment.
It's so funny to me.
I feel like Taylor said a lot of things for Jay. Jay started off very poor.
I said one thing.
A baby, yes. Jay started off very poor, met Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi said, hey, if you love me so much, and if you want to be together with me, become a god. So Jay was like, I love you, yes, I will do this.
And then he woke up from a drunken stupor.
Yes, well, we're going to skip that part. He also got a irate foo dog that's in the form of a pug, which is funny.
Irate gamer.
So,
I was in the middle of typing that into the chat, you piece of shit.
the biggest thing with Jay is that he has powers that he can look into the future and look into the past. He looked into the future to find winning lottery numbers so he can escape poverty, and then he also looked into the past to try to figure out deep lore, backstory stuff about where he comes from because he's an orphan. Looked into the future, figured out the stuff about the Battle of the Bands, vaguely.
That's the problem with Jay, though, is that he has a really hard time just looking in the present.
He definitely does.
Ugh.
That's actually no, but
That's
that's
very-
actually a character flaw.
That's a character flaw for him.
Like
Okay.
legit.
He can't live in the moment. Good job, Kiva. Point of inspiration.
Thank you.
What else did Jay do? Jay encountered an ex of his who ended up being a scion of Amaterasu, which sucked. He acquired a kitsune who's been trying to help get her tails so that
It's more like you guys all collectively
we
like
did, yeah. But
Wiley held a gun to her, and then
Wiley
Jay
wanted
was
to
like,
shoot
wait,
her, and Jay said no.
wait, what if we keep
Who?
this fox in a dress and heels? And we
My
take
mouse
her.
is broken.
and save her. And then Jay also acquired an angry.
You're right, Michael. They're the funky wolf.
An angry baby who has been passed around from the Shen. He's not really a baby. He's actually a 40-year-old baby.
Baby.
I love that Steve Carell movie.
Baby man.
And I guess the final note for Jay is that Jay finally found his family at the end of season 1, which was cool. So
He converted from being Japanese to being Chinese.
thanks.
Am I wrong?
no one knows about that
That's a
yet.
spoiler.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't
The
like
characters don't know yet.
characters
Oh.
don't know, and the audience doesn't know. They don't
What I
even.
do know.
It's fine.
Meta, God.
It's fine. It's
I know about this.
It's fine.
Start screaming about meta.
2, 3, 4. Congratulations, everybody.
I thought
Yes.
you were gonna say Happy New Year.
I was like, what was that?
You know how you
Happy
count up to
birthday.
Happy New Year, and then you stop at 4.
That's
Dude, I've been
exactly
counting
how.
up the New Year since this year started.
That's exactly how that happens. That's how.
No
we
one
do it.
ever says
The ball
on the
goes
count
up,
of 4.
right? It goes up.
Look, in this world, can the ball go up? Donate to have the ball go up. In this
I wish
universe.
my balls would go.
No, that's the
No one
opposite
wants
of
balls
what you
to go
want.
up.
You want them to drop.
Holy shit.
Anyway, this is Scion.
Hey, everyone.
And for those of you who don't know, Scion is a second edition storyteller game by Onyx Path, where you play children of the gods and you make your make your path towards godhood. This first season that everybody kind of talked about, which sounds crazy and bizarre, trust me, it was as crazy and bizarre as it sounded like in the recap.
I can summon a talking squirrel by punching a tree and or a cactus.
That is exactly. It's more like tree and cactus somehow falls under the tree subgroup. Okay, that's what that is. But
I still hate you for that.
what? Anyway, all the weird shit that happens in this game is only going to get weirder because gods, mythology, and legends are the stuff of anime.
If you believe hard enough, anything can be anime.
If you believe hard enough,
Anime is the stuff of legends.
it's amazing, and it's going.
That's all I
Wait,
gleaned.
did you miss what Michael said? It's JJ's Bizarre Adventure.
Is that a
I
JoJo
hate
reference?
Is Wiley Dio?
Yeah, you're definitely Dio.
stop.
So it's weird, and
You guys are fucking nerds.
in the rule set of the books, your first 4 legend points are kind of like your levels in the game. And so as you progress through from 1 to 12, you ascend to godhood. Our characters have gone from legend 1 to legend 2, and this is their story now as they've become more powerful due to the legendary deeds that they've done, including punching cactus to summon a Bugs Bunny squirrel.
Connie.
I mean,
Just bringing Connie back, honestly.
that's just all I did.
Man, Isaac did Connie rough in this universe.
I am a squirrel now. So
A very smart squirrel, mind you.
the smartest squirrel you'll ever know.
You say he's smarter than the average squirrel?
Yeah. And he's always trying to get not a picnic basket, but
Always trying to get
He's
gossip.
nuts.
here's Nutty. He's nuts. Anyway, let's start.
Die. I need to physically die.
Okay, this is feral time for me. I've been teaching students today, so you know how it is. Anyway, so we are going to be starting as per usual. I will say that we are going to be doing some very interesting sort of narrative framing devices today, as we sort of reintroduce ourselves into the story, because some time has passed since this Christmas thing. It may seem like a significant amount of time to us right now, but as you progress into godhood, who are you people? As we progress into godhood, a year is just a moment. Will eventually start becoming just moments in time. So that's also something to kind of reflect on as you progress. You're going to be more weird. That's the best way that I can describe it. So
Bizarre, even.
bizarre, but so in this year, you all have done some things, which is pretty exciting, and year and some change, what have you. If you look on the Conca, which we're not sponsored by, but we use heavily, you'll see that the calendar has changed.
Has it?
Yes, it has. The
Hold
calendar
on.
date has changed, so that way you see what year it is,
Wait.
which is 3.
Oh,
I just put it as 3.
3?
My favorite
year 3.
year.
Year
3.
Yeah, year
Got it.
3 in the campaign.
We've gone 3 years already, so am I 22
Hold on, I
and
need a
not
wet wipe.
21?
You guys were in year 1 at the end of year 1 at the Battle of the Bands.
So at the end of this one, you'll be 3.
Are we going by calendar year or fiscal year?
We're going by
Calendar.
we're actually doing like a weird thing where we start in like the middle of the month and then we work our way outward. So we start at June and we work our way outward simultaneously. So it'll
We're doing a Jeremy Baramy situation.
yeah.
Who
So
the fuck is Jeremy Baramy?
that's how time works now.
So it's been a year and a half.
It's been
A
about
bear's a
year
unit
and
of
half, yeah.
time.
Man, I passed my 20.
It's from the
21st
good place.
birthday.
Ah, darn.
all the cool drinking.
I don't know the good place. All I know is my mouse broken.
Okay.
Help.
Taylor, I'm buying you one for Christmas. The end.
Just put that on your Elfster.
In your
We're
We got
going
ya.
to Target tomorrow.
In your respective locations, wherever you may be.
Great question.
You know, either in Neverland Camp, your homes, your own personal homes, your newfound places that you have settled into, wherever it may be, wherever you are, you'll see a cat rising from the shadows, this ominous blob that sort of teardrops out from the floor as if gravity is the opposite for it. You know, like it's going towards the ceiling or towards the sky.
Yeah, it's like a choo-choo.
Yeah. And the blob itself forms into a circle before it rotates a couple of times to turn into that telltale shape of a cat. Its mouths sort of undulate before it sort of settles into like a decent, like, yeah.
Var hates Gerald so much.
I don't.
In your respective locations.
I just try to visualize all of this. I'm like,
in your respective locations, that cat will cough up a piece of paper, like a hairball.
how disgustingly is this cough?
Is it worse than the bottle it coughed up?
You'll hear that noise coming out of the cat, and there's a weird
God.
gurgling that comes from it, and out of its mouth
Hear it
comes
hurtling.
it comes out sort of like a fax instead. Like it just spits out from its mouth, which gets wide to accommodate for the width of the paper of the beautiful card.
So about 8 inches.
Of the beautiful folded card stock with gold filaments and black matte and gold leaf, right? And in it,
Even has a watermark.
outside comes
All right,
out
Johnny can't read.
He still
You
can't
can
read.
now.
when you grab
It's
it.
been a year.
When you grab
He's
it,
made on a kindergarten level.
when you grab that envelope from that cat's mouth, you think it's supposed to be wet and it's not, and that upsets you in weird ways that you cannot describe.
It doesn't upset me because I'm used to it.
And as you flip it over and read the invitation to come back to the Luxor and to return to Las Vegas for a sort of celebration, as you have all reached sort of these milestones. Granted, it feels a little late, but you have grown a little bit in this past year too, to sort of celebrate your milestones and what you have done over this time from Lady Luck. They are expecting you when you arrive. And once you walk into the casino, it opens up in such a way that it lets you know that you are known and that you are important in this space. Either you've been announced or they've been expecting you, sort of thing, but you know, at least in this space, in the Luxor owned by Lady Luck, that you are somebody to look out for, however you are. The concierge will lead you to a private space with the decor of Vegas lining the walls. It almost seems a little tacky but elegant, you know, because it's all symbolicism of Vegas and the concept of Lady Luck, but there's like that elegance that came with it, much like the invitation that you had received from the mouth of a symbiotic void cat.
That's a good description of
He's
that.
basically just Schrodinger's cat.
It's a hive mind.
It's like Venom meets Schrodinger's cat.
Oh my
Meets
god.
Garfield.
Can you wear
No.
Can you wear him?
No.
Can you wear him?
Jay wears them.
Jay wears him apparently.
No, Jade doesn't wear him.
He wears Jay.
He just comes
He
out.
used it as a conduit.
He just comes out of Jay's clothing. That doesn't mean that you're wearing him or he's wearing you. But if you want him to wear you like a skin suit, you can just ask, and I'm sure that he will.
I don't think Jay's into that.
Become a cat
TOS.
boy by doing
You
that.
can become a true cat boy.
They let them out of the lab.
It's like when Iron Man does his Iron Man nano suit thing.
See,
and he
that's
just
what I
goes
was
"Blah, blah, blah, blah."
imagining.
Yeah, that's what it is.
like Venom.
Gerald
halfway.
oozes from Jay's pores and coats his body.
I don't think they bow like that very much.
That's
I don't
just
want
that's
anything oozing from my pores. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, and outside of the regular
Talk about
stuff.
acne, right?
Pore ooze.
Okay. Lady Luck sits at this table. It's almost like a feast, a celebration of food. Not god food, not ambrosia, not that kind of stuff, but a nice spread for the lot of you guys to McDonald's. I hate this.
Yes! Let's go to McDonald's.
Yeah, it's just Lady Luck takes us to a golden
Can
crust.
at least be Del Taco, and then Michael can finally have it in a game.
What the? Why do you people? What is the obsession with Del Taco?
I don't know.
Lady Luck smiles at you, and Hope opens her hands out. Well done, Scions. Feast. Be merry.
It's
As
like
your-
the fucking.
As your world gets a little bit larger, a little bit more dangerous, and a little bit more legendary. This is the first time maybe in a while that you guys have seen each other. And she asks you to tell her what you've done. She knows some stuff, right? But if you want to share, you can. Now this is the device that we're talking about. This is the narrative device that I'm going to describe to you. We're going to do a round table, and we're going to go one scene each for all of you. And it's sort of like a little summary or a little brief idea of where you've grown.
Yeah.
It's going to play as if you, the character, are explaining to the rest of the table what's happened. And if at any point any teammates want to ask a question, it interrupts the scene. And we'll go back to the table where you can explain certain things. And then we'll go back into the scene until it's done. Do you understand? Kind of?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Never.
one of those things.
I know exactly what.
You know, you might have a record scratch or something like that, and then
You might have to turn around with a red marker and circle like a football game plan.
Fred Savage gets pissy when people start kissing. It's a whole
I'm
thing.
a llama now.
So, I figured that I would do a roll for it, since I have already kind of like the plans,
Ooh.
unless somebody wants to volunteer to go first.
They're volunteers, I think.
think it's fun
Jay
to
would
do
not.
around.
Jay would not volunteer.
Okay.
Johnny's gonna be feral and try to go for the food.
It's not feral. It's ours. It's for us.
Yeah, but when we get too close, Johnny's gonna hiss at us.
Hold on, let me take that.
Like the feral child he is.
Well, Johnny,
Oh.
as nobody seems to want to say anything, as you grab like a turkey leg, let's say, and sort of like start going at that bad bitch, right?
Bad bitch.
Yeah.
that bad bitch of a turkey leg, food all up in your maw. You hear. What about you, Johnny? What's happened since the Battle of the Bands?
Swipes off face.
And you say, well, the camp has expanded, or had expanded, farther and farther out as you have sort of begin to give yourself this sort of vision of like what you want Neverland Camp to look like. And instead of using the main tree, which yes, that is sort of like the main hub of the Neverland Camp, you've decided to kind of expand outwards in like a concentric rings, essentially trying to find where this land stops as you spread out aside to say, okay, this is the football field, this is the soccer field, for us to play games. This is going to be the paintball area, like sort of creating these little zones in
You have
which
children guns, you're right.
no questions asked. BB guns are awesome.
They already have knives, so.
The baby has a knife, so I mean, like,
They're also
You're right.
dead, so it's probably fine.
yes,
So they try to shoot each other, it just goes right through.
No, they have flesh.
Ghost flesh.
they have ghost flesh.
Like Nettle
Flesh,
does.
if you will.
Ew. Okay, gross.
Just don't say that, please.
As far as the population is concerned, you have about 100 kids. Not all of them are part of the Lost Boys, right? Not all of them are part of that birthright.
Right, they're not feral hogs.
No, but you have about 100 spirits that are located in this space, to the point where you have had to maybe divide and conquer, if you will, and create sort of like teams or zones or some sort of color differentiation to make sure that you can keep track of all of them and that they all have their fun times. So my question for you, Johnny, is first part of the camp counselor curriculum. What kind of thing do you use to divide the kids into teams? Do you use animals? Do you use colors? Do you use weapons?
Not weapons. Probably animals.
Which 3 animals do you use?
Okay. Squirrel, wolf, and snake. To be cute about it.
Squirrel, wolf, snake. You guys can't really get screen printed t-shirts yet, mostly because you're all dead. And
I mean, we could probably make like one shirt using the Walmart kit.
oh yeah, yes, of course.
Like a little paint on.
Yeah, you just kind of roll it on, or maybe you just grab some fabric paint, like the fabric puff paint, and you put.
You just squirt it on.
Yeah. I got it. I see you.
Mail it to Jay. Make these.
Oh, okay. Puts it on social media. It gets 1 billion likes.
Child labor.
Hooray! And you do create sort of like a curriculum of things that the kids get to do. Sort of like towards your like finished vision, you know, like if we're focusing on burning down more Walmarts, you might have them do more tactical sort of skill set things, or you know, if you're focusing on gathering toys or doing things, like basically whatever skills that you want them to have, which are mostly physical and social skills based on like the Lost Boys birthright. That's what you've been doing. But then something happened during this time frame.
Yeah.
You reached the edge. Like the edge of Neverland.
Is it like an abyss, or is it just like a Minecraft barrier wall?
It's more like a frosty, misty abyss. Like if you were to go beyond this space, it would be like you'd be walking into a world that is not loading.
Like in Coraline.
Yeah. But it loops you back.
I guess the question is, would you rather it be like a circle, like that you just end up looping back to, or would you rather it be like an endless misty abyss?
I think Endless Abyss would make sense because there's the rumors of like finding the end and then just kids start to disappear.
Yeah.
So that's why you stay close to the tree.
Think of all the fun monsters that live in the abyss.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that movie, the Stephen King movie, The Mist. So that is what you come across, and you have not really hit this place before. It makes you curious.
And I passed through it.
Can I pass through it? Do you want to try?
Yeah.
You take that step forward, and you know, like you're thinking like, if I step forward, my foot is gonna go through, like maybe it'll go through and I'll just fall, I'll no clip through the rest of the world.
And then I'll see the ground, and as I keep endlessly falling, and then I don't know how to start up a new save.
But no, you don't no clip. You feel like you take that step and there's no sound. As you,
But my foot's connecting to the ground.
there's ground, yeah, and then you take another step, and it's still completely and utterly silent. Another step, silent, and you look behind you and you can still see, the edge of Neverland. But it doesn't look like there's anything in front of you.
I would like to flip up my eye patch to see if I can use my chaos purview to like figure out there's like any immediate danger.
Okay. When you're trying to see all the strings of chaos kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like 3D glasses, where like when you flip down the 3D glasses, you can start seeing like those weird like holograms or something, like those hidden image books. You know what I'm talking about. So when you flip your eye patch up, it's kind of like that, where it sort of fucks with the mist, and you see sort of like through the fog the slight shadows of the roots of maybe the tree house, or perhaps its branches that come out from under you and then sort of go out into the mist. So you just see sort of like the shadows of these interwoven highways going all the way outwards. But
Okay.
there's no way to say like where it goes. You can see it though now, and that probably is an evidence of like your growth as a journeys, as a journeying character, as a liminal character. You're maybe starting to see those little pathways to take you to other worlds.
I guess he'll pick one path with like a particularly like strong sense of like this is a place that I can physically get to.
You're gonna walk.
Yeah, why not?
Hold on. You're saying that you found like an endless void on the end of where you live, and just decided to go into it.
Yes.
Thought it was gonna go somewhere.
I could actually like feel that there's something out there, and I think whatever could be out there could help me branch out Neverland.
I mean,
Or it could lead to a realm full of fucking beasts that want to kill you.
Well, I'm not dead now.
Where did you go, Johnny? Where did you go? Maybe a part of you thought, this doesn't sound like a good idea. To
But you know.
just walk. But you felt you had a very strong connection to one of those branches that you just kind of followed. And liminal space is fucky with time, as you know, or as you're starting to realize that like time passes weird when you're in Neverland, and now you're going in between the space of Neverland and whatever the fuck that is. You walk and you focus on that branch, and eventually you feel like you're going down. Like,
Okay.
you feel like an elevation is changing. It's weird. Again, you have no frame of reference otherwise, but you go down.
Probably gives like a small jolt at that. At like you're walking down the stairs, but you don't know. Like you forget there's a step there.
Yeah. And you keep walking. And eventually the mist clears up. And now you are gently balancing yourself on an actual physical branch. Walking your way into what looks like a village in the clouds.
Can I step on the clouds?
No. I mean, if you do, you will fall.
So I'm staying in the tree.
Well, like, you go, like, you can climb down the tree now. You're now, like, at the trunk of this tree.
Right.
You just realize that, like, this village is, like, really high up from wherever.
Okay, I was like, it's connecting to the ground, or are we doing a skyward sword where everyone's on like kind of cloud kind
The
of
village is on a
floating
ground.
island?
The village is on a ground. It's just that this village has a very high elevation in reference to the realm that it exists in.
Okay.
So you feel like you've moved from one world, one realm, to another realm.
It's the man on the mountain.
Finally found him.
Based on that chime, I would like to concur with that.
He's gonna like climb off the tree and plant his feet on the ground, trying to see if there's like any distinct change.
Like,
Stink change. I thought you meant like, yeah, it smells weird here.
Gravity.
gravity. Yeah, so now gravity, gravity has put you squarely on this ground. Grass, as you look about, you don't see any sort of like, well, you know what? Roll for me some sort of survival check.
Oh, good, great, good,
Use
good,
the momentum pool.
Yeah, use it now. You're gonna be the only fucking person rolling, I'm sure.
Oh no, everybody will be rolling. At
Oh,
least
no.
once
Can
or
I
twice.
use my cunning with that?
Sure.
Johnny's got the cunning.
That's the skill I need to use.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot I can't use my keyboard. Hold on.
You can use the mouse. I think you can do the same thing if you click on the advanced dice roller. So there on the toolbar where there's like the arrow that you use to pan or whatever, there's a thing that says dice roller. So you can actually click on that and have the target number be greater than 8, and it should be able to.
You can also re-roll your last like 10 rolls, which is kind of cool.
Hold on, I'm copying and pasting.
1 success. So at 1 success, you believe that you are standing on a village on top of a mountain.
Nice.
Mountain
Cool.
biome.
Gonna
Or at least
Go
on the
into the
edge,
village.
yeah, at the edge of a village on top of a mountain. And so when you enter the village, you will see. Do you still have your eye patch up?
yes.
You will see, and this is like a combination of things, because now that you know what your kids are, it makes it really easy to tell what these things are, or what, not things, people. You see spirits living in a village on top of a mountain. And they seem to be going about their day like normal.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to notice you, at least not right away.
Can I roll something to try to figure out where I am?
You're gonna have to roll me some sort of culture, some sort of academics. You're gonna have to use your brain for this, my dude, my guy.
Can I use an occult?
Or maybe nutty.
Yeah, just punch another tree.
Then he's gonna sass me for exploring so far.
That's a risk you can take.
That's
But
what, that's what
100%
happens when
true.
you go to the elephant graveyard, Simba.
That's for when I die. Can I use my occult and then my specialty knowledge of the realms?
Yes. I forgot that you had that. Yes, you can.
Yeah. Can I? So it has to be like a mental skill.
Yeah. I know you dumb baby, but
Yeah, I only have 1 intellect.
you can't use your physical stats to try and recall information. I'm sorry, you cannot.
So I can't use my cunning, right? Or
I mean,
can I?
I'll let you roll it.
Sweet. That's a 7. Hold on. Let me copy.
Have a
this.
brain blast, Jimmy.
Stop.
That wasn't me. That was Andromeda.
I know. Stop. Paste. And then change that into 7. Okay.
You're just copying and pasting all of these commands?
Yeah, and it didn't recognize the command, so screw me, I guess.
Are you using momentum?
No. Y'all can roll momentum when it's important.
Jesus.
That's 4 successes, because of my specialty.
Welcome to one of the realms for one of the underworlds of the Aesir. You are in, I'm gonna fucking kill this name, Helgafell. Helgafell. One of the 3 underworld at 4 over spirit worlds, including Hell, Valhalla, and the Valkyrie one, which I already forgot. But this one is for the people who just fucking died. They didn't die in battle. They didn't die from sickness. They just fucking died. And this is the place where they go to reincarnate. They chill out for a little bit. It's kind of just boring. And then they descend from the mountain to get reincarnated.
Don't go down the mountain. Got it.
That would be weird for you.
Being born again.
Be a little weird.
That would be weird for you. But
And that's why I'm blonde.
Wait. Okay, so wait, if Johnny goes down the mountain, Johnny is still alive. Does
Yeah.
that make a new... That's how you get a Heartless and a Nobody. That's what that is.
This is Kingdom Hearts.
It is Kingdom Hearts.
Wiley's like, I don't know what this goddamn Kingdom Hearts
They're in
is.
Twilight
I
Town
don't know
right
what
now.
in Sam Hell Kingdom Hearts is, but whatever it is, I don't understand.
Again, all of you guys can interrupt at any point in time. As characters.
I'm just along for the fucking ride.
Johnny is too, honestly.
I think Jay will kind of like, he was kind of like contemplating everything being said, and then when you say that you're in one of the underworlds, he'll say, were they all human? Or, was there other kind of, kids?
It wasn't just kids, Johnny. Adults, old people, and stuff like that.
I must have blacked out because I literally thought you just said there was children on a mountain.
No, spirits on the mountain.
Okay.
And it's all sorts of different kinds of spirits. This is for just, in general,
Oh,
anybody
that's
who
hell.
just died, or whatever, they're the ones, this is where they go.
Okay.
And so there's old people, there's young people, there's, the big thing about this place, and with your successes, I definitely will say this, is that the nice part about this place is that you can actually meet up with your family, your dead relatives, your ancestors, and stuff like that, and just chill with them in Helgafell until it's time to get reincarnated.
That'll be weird for your family.
What family? Bunch of scorpions
There's
over
just
there?
a gathering of scorpions under a barrel.
But as far as, is it just children or is it humans? That's the part that Johnny would probably say, actually, you did see a child. A child who is what you can tell is a frost giant child. walking with what looks like some sort of like grandparent. And they look bored. Bored as all get out.
What, the grandparent or both of them?
The child. This is an especially shitty time, let's just say. You know, you're a child, you die, you go into a place that's basically just like, you're not wanting for food or shelter, but there isn't really like, I don't know.
It's like an old person hot spring town.
There's
This
no,
really is Bogus Journey.
there's no, there's no fucking, like, Xbox, okay? Like,
Yes, Frost Giants having Xbox.
Why couldn't I go to Cool Heaven where we have Game Cubes?
God, Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa.
and the kid will actually turn to look at you, sort of tilt their head, and sort of like try and like recognize all.
Gonna slap that eye patch down.
Johnny's about to steal a child.
Yeah, slap the eye patch down because of its motto.
Yeah, just like his grandpa before him.
Just stealing kids everywhere.
Just like
Kidnapping children everywhere. Anyway.
kidnapping Frost Giants everywhere.
And the kid goes, "You're that counselor."
The death counselor?
Johnny will point to himself.
What Johnny doesn't realize is he's wearing all khaki, so he's very easy to point out
Shit.
as a counselor.
He's got his Camp Neverland shirt on. Oh shit, forgot I came out in work uniform.
Yeah.
You're not wearing your pirate
You can tell by the number of lanyards.
There's at least 3 friendship bracelets on his wrist.
Probably, honestly.
But the kid will point at you and say, "Yeah, you're the counselor. Toby told me about you."
Johnny tries to recall Toby.
Toby, a kid that left Neverland.
To become a Nekomata?
To be reincarnated. You're right. Toby with the blonde hair and kind of green eyes.
Making it canon now.
Your name is Toby!
He's canon.
Odd place for a Roots reference.
He says, "Yeah, he came here not too long ago. And then he went down the mountain."
So that's where he went. Yeah. Johnny will, like, march his way over, like, nodding to the grandpa for ignoring, looking at the kid.
Sir, I'm about to steal your grandchild.
Yeah, I'm from Neverland Camp, a place where children go in their afterlife to have all sorts of fun.
The kid sort of frowns a little bit and looks up at you with like, "Well, you didn't come to where I'm from."
Hey, sorry about that. I'm trying to get more people that aren't human.
So does that mean you're going to the to my home?
Yeah, if I can figure out how to go to more places. I just kind of stumbled upon here. I'm always taking new campers.
Oh, I don't think I can go. But you should definitely go over there. There's a lot of fighting happening, so
Okay.
I think the kids would like it more if they were at your camp as opposed to here.
And not in Jotunheim where they're all conscripted. Those giant Nordic men keep coming and hitting them with hammers.
Well, if you don't want to... Well, I'm not if you don't want to reincarnate, and if your elder lets you, you can just stop by. I think I know the way back. I hope so.
Do you want to try and convince Grandpa?
Sure, let's bat my stupid looking eye.
Your stupid eye, yes, that your
Stupid eye that is like Loki's piercing weird eye.
All right, kiddo.
Kiddo, funny boy.
Use one of your social skills and
Can I use manipulation
you're not
to
lying.
manipulate? But I'm manipulating this old man to get what I want.
Are you lying? Or are you gonna say like, don't worry?
I think
we
manipulation has to be lying.
Don't worry. We do a lot of reading and math, and we like
All the social skills
Cross
important
track cares
for
about reading and math.
all the social skills important to be
That's
reincarnated
fucking
into the
racist.
next life to make sure that you get on the right fast track into a perfect life.
where you're actually secretly teaching them all to be delinquents.
Shh. Shh. Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
I just needed you to lie to me, okay?
Nutty, shut the fuck up. I'm doing business.
so
I'm doing recruiting.
Oh, that's another 7. I'm gonna use half of my momentum pool because I can.
Fuck yeah.
First, I have to copy and paste it.
Do it, do it, do it. You won't need much.
Well, hope not.
There you go. You talk with this grandpa and sort of talk about how, well, my realm, where I have the spirits of children, are so much better because we make sure that the kids are going to get reincarnated and become good citizens for their respective realms. Because now you're expanding, obviously. You have a vision. And the grandpa probably nods because he thinks, okay, that's not bad.
Look like an outstanding, scrappy gentleman.
You look like you're trustworthy. With your eye patch and the rocks
And
all
the
over
dirt
your face.
everywhere.
Yeah, and the rocks all over your face.
And the tree twig sticking out of his ear.
Yes. And he says, okay. And the kid looks fucking pumped as he lets go of Grandpa's hand and reaches out for yours.
I will take it with a smile. Yeah, and with you, I can probably go over to your realm too. Because I'm sure you have some sort of sense.
I can help you try and find it.
Yeah.
But first, you gotta get back to Neverland. And that is how your little flashback ends. And everybody looks at you with sort of like, I don't know, confusion, because you definitely kidnapped a kid.
Kidnapped?
You definitely kidnapped a child, but is it okay because they're dead anyway?
I definitely kidnapped a child.
And that's for you guys to discuss if you want to try and say, well, I think I can help you with that, or if you want to add your own input to it. Because as we pull back into the present day.
This is
So you stole a child.
Yeah. I did, actually. They looked really bored.
I mean,
Well, that's all my questions answered.
I guess as long as, he's happy and stuff, but that's cool because it's kind of what we talked about in terms of the expansion.
He's having a blast. I just really wanted to get more people than just humans. I don't know why I couldn't. There weren't Titan spawned already in there, but
Maybe you just have to unlock the world.
Maybe just gotta find the right world, because if you're not getting them from this place, maybe we can find them somewhere else.
maybe you need
Probably-
to find the roadmap.
For
Right.
Yggdrasil.
I think it's because I'm tied to Earth. It's because the tree was parked there and I was placed inside the tree and then just started taking children from different times and well, they're spirits and then maybe if I go to other places it'll just suck them up.
Or it'll kind of like extend its roots, you know, to other places.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then we could talk more about the zoning that you're doing. You said you still wanted the theme park, yeah? Or did you want a water park now?
No, I think a theme park would still be good because you can have several things. You can also have like a water park in it, or just like a few like water attractions.
I definitely thinking having some sort of water feature would be good because
I know my kids would love a pool. The river is probably
Sorry,
not
are we
enough.
going to gloss over the fact that Johnny walked head first into the ethereal abyss and
Wouldn't you?
Not particularly on a normal day.
I don't think so, Johnny.
I mean,
No.
I think it's kind of cool.
Oh, I mean, it's cold, but
I didn't sense any danger, though. I could have maybe fallen off the tree branches and just
It kept falling.
disintegrated.
Yeah, that might have not been good, but because you're here now, that didn't happen, yeah?
Exactly. And I've climbed plenty of trees before, so I didn't think.
Didn't think what?
I'd fall.
So, no harm done. What's her name?
What is their name? Or am I gonna?
How could you?
Or
Here it
am I
comes.
gonna have to go to the fantasy name generator?
Frost Giant name generator.
Oh no! You want to name them? Who's gonna go first? Who's gonna do it first?
E-Cole.
Lian, did you just name a child E. coli?
E-Cole.
I mean, it's
that's
Cole.
that's
Oh,
what-
that was
that
Andromeda.
was Andromeda.
His name is
I
clearly Yarbrog.
I-Cole.
Yarbrough.
Name's Yvonne.
Yarbrog.
Let's go.
Yvonne.
How about Sronzus?
Donate
the
to name
hell?
the child.
Donate to name the child.
Oh.
Why not we go with a nice, strong Norse name? Sten.
Yggdrasil. Wait, that's a real thing.
Sten or Sven?
Sten. S-T-E-N.
Stan.
Oh, Sten.
Means stone.
Nice.
And ice is like stone, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Kind of different element.
Don't tell
but,
Micah
you
that.
know.
Michael will get really upset.
So, there's a sort of like chuckle from Lady Luck. It says, well, if that is the kind of person you're going to become, you might as well be very inclusive to all.
Right, I just wanted to give everyone a chance. Not just humans should deserve a chance at a happy afterlife.
Jay kind of just nods at that and kind of just takes a drink.
All right. Let's see who goes next.
Johnny, what else did you do during your year?
Wiley.
I died.
Wiley, it's your turn.
Okay, I have shit all over my desk.
What does that have to do with anything?
You didn't clean
I
the
don't
litter
know.
box.
It's gonna
Is the
take me
problem.
slow to type. Richard knocked shit over.
Okay. So for you, Wiley, as we pull back, as you say, maybe volunteer to go next and talk about all the cool things that you've done. It has been cool. At least you think so.
Right.
You ended the year with getting your own parcel of land.
Yes, sir.
A significant parcel in which
Yes,
you're able to sort of grow on your own, and it started with a few. sort of people, locals, people that you've already kind of helped out, coming in and saying like, we'll help you build.
Yeah.
We'll help you develop and grow the space. And so it started off with people bringing in supplies, and it started off with like you, a tent, your horse, and just the open land, right?
That's how he would have kept it if people didn't insist.
And 1,000 a cow.
And
1,000 a cow? You mean 1,000 head? Cow terms.
Cow terms. I'm not going to be able to talk in the cow
I'm
terms.
sorry, I wasn't raised by a farmer.
So
Unlike you.
It's not 1,000 head of cattle. It's 1,000 gross.
So forgive me, Taylor. I'm not going to be able to cowpoke my way through
I'm
this.
just messing with you.
So you're gonna have to forgive me for this.
I'm cow poking it.
All right, but people started helping bring you supplies to sort of build up a little bit here, a little bit there. You know, it started with a tent and maybe a nice sleeping bag, and then it started with building materials, sort of as building materials that would help you sort of start getting a structure down. Maybe even just the start of like a sign that just says in this Posca paint, like this poster paint kind of scrawl, Wild Coyotes Rest. Wild spelt with a Y, by the way.
Oh, you changed.
Wild stallions.
He changed it. The madman.
A wild man. That's me. And there starts the story of Wild Coyotes Rest, a space in which Wiley himself has managed to grow into what started off as a tent, again started to become a structure, and then it started building out. See, because
Animal Crossing.
every time you went out to go hunting or to go help somebody or protect somebody, instead of, not only did you gain, you know, sort of this notoriety for it, but people would pay you in materials or pay you in services to be able to help build up this space. To the point where in almost like a blink of an eye, by the time winter had passed and you were in spring and summer of the year, you have started to have these like big stone concrete structures. And it's kind of hard to describe, which is why I recommend everybody to go over to the Wild Coyotes Rest entry in our Conca, because I have a picture that sort of shows the kind of weird space that it has become. It is like a concrete circular area that has like, it's like bits and bobs, like squares and rectangles. It's kind of very modern, but also kind of weird and rustic because it follows the line of like the land. It doesn't really like, it's not something that just like you copy and paste and slap that bitch on. It actually kind of integrates with the land that you have been given. You know, so any slopes and stuff like that, you're going to put stairs, you know, or you're going to put structures to kind of help build it within those little pieces of topography. It's very big. Almost too big for you.
Yeah.
And people started adding more stuff to it, you know, like they'd come over and visit and sort of like, oh, I'm going to put a little garden here. Something to help out, to make it look nice, and then leave, and then, you know, so on and so forth. And one person kept coming back.
Mm-hmm.
A person that you know now as Jude. She kind of hit you in the soft bit, you know, there's a little soft heart right there, right?
Like the Grinch's heart.
A little bit. You're not a Grinch, though.
I know, I'm kidding.
But it kind of hits you in the feels a little bit, because you can tell that she really didn't have a lot to do, which is why she kept coming over. It was like she was constantly trying to find a reason to not be home. So she'd take her her shitty Camry. She'd go across the, she'd go out of town to Wild Coyote's Rest, and she'd help clean something up or paint a wall or something. It was like almost all the time. To the point where you said, and when she started coming, she was like a senior in high school. And by the time it was over, this whole time has been over, you invited this person to be sort of like a manager of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
To help manage the location when you went out. You remember the time when you told her too. And this is probably what you're telling everybody, this story. She's probably on some scaffolding, very tall, trying to get up on the ceiling to kind of paint the ceilings white. And you wanted to surprise her. How do you surprise her?
He's gonna. So, is there a ladder that she's kind of got her feet on?
It's more like there's a ladder and another ladder, and then there's a plank in between the two ladders. It's very unstable.
He'll stand between the two ladders with one hand on each and say, Jude?
Yeah? What you need?
She's still just painting.
Yeah.
Now, I've been meaning to tell you something.
Well, I was already going to take out the trash a little bit later.
No.
Well, I did, and Jasper did come by and said that he was going to bring some things, but I told him to come by later, so if you're expecting him, that's why.
No, I just...
Brian came by, and he wanted to bring his truck in to see if he needed to haul anything, but I told him, nah, we're good.
Jude, I want you to stay here. Permanently. Well, until you want to run off. But...
She stops painting. And she'll sort of put the paintbrush down, like kind of balancing on the pail and sort of like, she's not looking down at you, but she is kicking her feet, sort of thinking.
You remind me a lot of myself, and you're good at what you do. And you deserve more, and I think you can get it here. At this point, like, she's probably only known him with the coyote eyes.
Yeah. No, that's all she knows you as. This weird fucking freak, anyway.
I think that you, at least for now, have a purpose here.
She'll cross her arms over her chest. What kind of purpose?
He'll kind of shake his head a little bit, thinking about it. Kind of blow out air out of his mouth a little bit. Well, at this point, she knows. How much does she know?
As much as you're willing to tell.
Wiley would not have said anything unless she asked.
The biggest thing is that you got to be aware that your notoriety, at least in Roswell, is pretty high. People know you as the person who is dealing with problems that maybe most normal people can't handle.
They don't know that they know I'm a Scion, right?
They probably have an inkling that you are a Scion, especially considering that when you killed the basilisk, you did shoot a big lightning bolt into the sky. I don't know if you remembered that, but that's something that you did.
Yeah.
On top of the Yote eyes.
Okay.
So, yeah, there is, I think she probably knows that there's something divine about you, or potentially divine about you, but it's never been something that she points out just because you don't point it out.
I never told you because you didn't really ask, and he'll kind of... Is she looking at him?
Not yet.
And he'll just blink a minute, and he's like, you never question my eyes. Any of this. And he'll lift his hands briefly off the ladders to kind of gesture to the cows just kind of moseying around. It's a whole different kind of... It's several breeds of cows. There's Brahmins, there's Angus, there's Jerseys, there's the weird rare breeds no one knows about.
Brahmins are those funny
Those-
ones that got two heads, like from Fallout.
I already don't know. The ones that you're already saying outside of Angus, I'm like, they already sound like weird
Do you
breeds
have
that
like the
nobody's...
big steroid cows from Japan?
No. Angus are the black cows.
Someone doesn't like
Brahmins
Japanese
are...
cows. Someone
Brahmins
doesn't
are
like
raised in
Wagyu.
Asia. Brahmins are named after Brahma.
Yeah,
Barack Obama?
Yeah. Anyway. No! I didn't mean yeah to that. You're working kind of... Well... You're kind of working for your god. Not me. Not me. But...
Yeah. I mean, I figured that you were something.
I mean, I'm something, but I ain't much.
I'm doing my daddy's shit.
I mean, yeah, you're not something. You just something.
He'll nod, getting, understanding. Well, I think Indrid'd be pleased with what you've been doing here. I know I sure as shit am pleased to hell and back.
So you're gonna give me a job here?
If you want it. God's willing. You won't have to worry about a thing. Just take care of everyone for me. Take care of yourself. It's getting too big for just me to do it by myself all day, and Jasper ain't no help.
Well, considering
And
that he's your museum coordinator.
No, I mean just with this, and he'll gesture to the whole like branch.
All right. But if I suggest something, you should do it then. If I'm gonna be your ranch manager.
What's your suggestion? And he's like grinning now. He adores this child.
Well, I don't know. Like, there's so many dang rooms in this space. Why not open it up for more people that are down and out?
He'll kind of start worrying his lip with one of his canines and kind of think, well, it ain't gonna be no kind of Jonestown thing.
Not if you don't want it to be.
I mean, fair. I mean,
Wait, you didn't actually say that, did you? Jay kind of cuts in.
no, I did.
Oh, what's that?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's that?
It's something that was like a cult leader, and then they were about to get caught, and then they all decided to have a mass suicide.
Yes, well, cults are a dime a dozen nowadays.
I'm just saying, I don't want no cult activity craziness happening around my cows and around Jude. And God
Around
forbid they
your
touch
cows?
Jasper. Yeah, my cows. Oh, did I leave that out?
Yes,
People-
No,
cows.
you said a whole bunch of different names.
Well, a bunch of the townspeople and stuff been bringing me cows, and
But just to like watch
Injured.
them or something.
Are they
As
getting
in
taken care of?
offering. Yeah. Jude's taking care of him right now.
So you.
And a bunch of the townspeople, they kind of have like a schedule going, kind of. I mean, they get whatever they want out of it. I mean, there's crops. They get milk if they want it.
And what are they doing
like
in
a-
return?
It's like a community farm.
Okay.
Kind of bit of a... Well, what do you mean?
No.
They're doing the work.
Yeah. And like Jay kind of like picks up his phone and just starts texting.
These coyote eyes just... You can't really read them anymore. You can't read Wiley's eyes anymore. So it's just these yellow eyes staring at you.
He's just looking at his phone. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted. You didn't talk about any of the new additions to your museum.
Time to make this shit up.
Well, you have one more that you didn't talk about that you told me that you wanted to get.
Yes, I do. So
You can start with that one.
I'm gonna make up a
I
whole
wonder
lot
if
of
I
shit
can
right
come
now,
over
Jesse.
to feed the cows.
That's okay.
You gotta, we gotta spin the web. So one of the, I guess the bigger hunts I went on, Jude actually caught wind of it for me. Townspeople started recognizing her and kind of associating us. So one day she was out getting a few things. I don't know. She goes and gets hair dye sometimes. So I guess one of the hair ladies was talking to her and said that her brother-in-law, his cousin,
Twice removed.
saw this whole gall darn deer flying through the sky. Said, watched it pick up a kid and take it away. Or child, not it. Sorry. This kid just picked up. Did your mom ever tell y'all you were gonna get picked up by a hawk or a vulture? Shoot, maybe even a condor?
More like
I guess
bitten,
not.
Johnny just shakes his head.
I don't know what any of those animals are. That's
It's
what
just a
Johnny
big
said.
old
I
bird.
didn't have a mother.
It's just a big old bird, Johnny. I'm sure if you stayed a scorpion, you would have gotten picked up by something probably, and I'm sure your scorpion mama told you something about it. But anyways, guess it came true. This thing's been picking up kids apparently. And because it's out in the middle of nowhere, ain't nobody caught wind of it except people's family members are there. So I took it upon myself to go investigate it. And lo and behold, it was a gall darn deer. I shit you not, with wings. Don't these things have they have bird feet? And you know how deer have like flat teeth? Them things is razor sharp. And he'll kind of roll up his sleeve and show like this. It's healed up by now, but it's still left a bit of a scar. It's like these like this like two like
It was this.
if you got
big.
bit like this. If you got bit like that.
Took a picture of it with my kill with my gun, and
I took a selfie with it. I put it on Instagram.
Put it on his camouflage print four-wheeler. It say here, there's a rack on the front of the four-wheeler. He laid it across the front of the four-wheeler. Say his rifle on the handlebar.
I took it to the sportsman, but they never knew what the fuck that was.
I rolled a fight.
I got one of the local rabbits to take my picture. I'm kidding. That's not it.
Okay, so like, Wiley says that, and then Jay kind of finally like looks up from whatever he was texting, kind of sets his phone down. He goes, "So, this is how many things that have been occurring in the same area?
Oh, it wasn't in the same area. I had to go quite a while.
How far?"
Well, probably like the next state over.
No, North Dakota. I just fried hemlock there.
Johnny makes a comment of, "There's a North Dakota?"
And a South.
And a
Dakota.
south.
Some people say North Dakota don't exist.
It's actually
Well, I've
just
been
a
there.
myth.
It's just a myth.
Well, I've been there, and there was Jasper had got one of them mythical creature books. I think it's from the kids section of the bookstore. Anyway, it's got pictures and stuff and descriptions illustrated, and dumb enough words that he can understand. So
Johnny actually does this.
Jasper in me is
Yeah.
very, very,
he says it out of love.
yeah.
It's because he's too fucking stoned to read anything else.
Yeah.
It's got the pictures for a
I
reason.
like the pictures.
So you found
But-
a picture book, and it had
Yeah,
the
and it's called
monster in
a-
it.
Periton. Big old
Carol.
deer thing. I got its head mounted.
Well,
Well,
was
no.
it trained?
No, he doesn't. It looked like a regular goddamn deer if he just mounted the head, huh?
Well, it has strip teeth, so I mean, you could have like mounted it.
That was Taylor, sorry. I got the whole body mounted back at the shop. I mean, it's a vicious son of a bitch. And
So was it trying to eat the kid? Or
oh yeah, the kid. So
He's dead.
Jesse, while this
There-
is happening, can I roll something in the background?
why does Jay hate all of this right now?
'Cause Jay's thinking. Jay's trying to big brain this right now.
Continue, Yeehaw. Speak
Yeah.
about the
What are
kid.
you rolling?
So
I want
it
to
was-
roll an occult to see if I can figure out what this thing is and what it does and what's its motivation.
I said what it was.
I don't care what you say. I'm kidding.
Anyway,
You dare discredit the picture book? Anyways,
It's
it
just
was
the monster manual.
I
Can you
Had
spell
to-
it really quick for me? Sorry.
yeah, it's just a picture book, you know, with a
Why?
six-fingered hand on
I
the.
can't
on the book.
hear.
Periton.
No, P-E-R-Y-T-O-N.
Oh, Tion. Okay, it came up the other spelling for me.
so the not so yeah, I stopped this thing, but I want you to know I made up the fact that it was taking children.
That's the reason why. You
I
did
know
it.
these things are vicious motherfuckers.
I mean, they probably would.
They probably would.
This isn't Kiva talking. This is me who's read the monster manual.
Clearly. So I did find some kids. And they got returned to their families.
So this thing had enough intelligence to store children?
It didn't store them, Jay.
Well, you said that you returned them to their families.
What was left, I'd imagine.
Bodies.
So there wasn't any that
They're-
were alive?
He looks a bit upset about it. It was probably the hardest hunt for that reason. But I can rest easier at night knowing that ain't no more kids gonna get picked up by it.
So you want to roll an occult check to see what kind of creature it is?
Yeah, I kind of want to like roll kind of like the same thought process that I couldn't roll for the basilisk that I told you about before.
Yeah.
So would that be an intellect and occult?
Sure.
But I told you that she'd done a good thing.
Well, that sucks that a bunch of kids died, but clearly it happens.
And it shouldn't happen like that again anytime soon.
With your roll, you would know that this creature, it is a creature, so, sort of like how the basilisk is a creature, not necessarily intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
It is just an animal, right? An animal that acts out in sort of weird mythological ways. It's weird that it would travel that far if it came from North Dakota.
Oh no, sorry. It was the lady's brother's cousin that lives in North Dakota. I'm sorry.
Is the one that told you that there was something happening in Roswell. Got it, okay.
that something was happening in North Dakota. It was just kind of, when you go get your hair
Oh,
done.
yeah, okay.
Sorry,
So is this
I didn't make that clear.
This is the person that drove into the lake. And they got bit.
So it's strange. I think the only weird thing about it is that mythologically this is a creature that came from Atlantis, but Atlantis doesn't exist anymore. So that's cool, maybe that you killed.
Fuck me. I don't do my research, I guess. I come from Atlantis.
That's part of the myth. Yeah.
Jay kind of like.
So theoretically, it could have been an endangered species, but that might be the
illegal hunting.
They migrated. Someone kept one as a pet.
That might be the only thing that you might find suspect. But if it is true
An
that
Atlantis
it was killing,
Scion had one as a pet.
If it was true that it was killing kids and stuff like that, sort of like how the basilisk had maybe accidentally killed a kid, in Roswell, that there are like one of two options. You either it's capture or kill.
Okay. I think Jay kind of like pinches like the bridge of his nose and he's like, Wiley, do you know where those things come from?
No, I just went after it.
They're supposed to come from Atlantis. A place that's not here anymore. Just because something is acting out because it accidentally wandered into a human-infested space, it doesn't mean that you probably should have killed it. You probably should have captured it and tried to find a better place for it. And especially if it was rare.
Well, people kill animals all the time that are hurting other people.
Stop, Richard.
Yeah, and that's not very ethical, at least for me.
Well, you do what you do, and I do what I think is right. I thought it was right. I mean, can you stop?
It's not the only thing that happened during the year.
See.
You told Jude to become basically your ranch manager. Your manager of the space, and whenever you go out and stuff like that. And at one point in time, Ravi comes to visit.
My boy.
Your boy Ravi, who also has an entry in the Conca now, so he has a face. If you want to see it.
My boy.
Ravi was coming probably closer towards like the autumn time frame, kind of like around the time that he came last time. Not in the same weird way that he did where he was laying in your hammock. He was more visiting the ranch. And he makes a comment about how he loves what you've done with the place. It's grown a lot, and as a forge scion, he is very appreciative of building. And he tells you that his train will be ready come next spring.
Oh.
And that he felt like it was important to ask you a very important question. So the train is going to have its inaugural voyage east to west, and it'll stop wherever it needs to stop, but he asks you, considering because you're family, he wants to plan a major stop on this main line to stop at Roswell. Or at your ranch.
He'll think a minute and say, now I hope this ain't disturbing the wildlife too much.
Oh no. We'll keep to being really safe with nature. We just wanted to offer you the opportunity to have a major line run through what could become a new major city.
I guess my main question is, What's it gonna be? How loud is it? Is it gonna be elevated or is it gonna be on the ground? I guess I have 2 questions.
We can make it however you like.
Well, seeing as how I've somehow become grown myself a bit of a wildlife sanctuary, I'd prefer it if it wasn't loud or too polluting. Just to make sure that everything stays as it should. I mean, I know you're more of a building technology guy, but that's just my concerns. I mean, shoot, I'm sure as long as it ain't an eyesore, which it won't be, because it's you building it. Look, just as long as you don't take up too much space or ruin things. I just want you to be responsible with it.
Robbie will make his promise to do so. And you'll hear in the background Jasper talk about how he remembered in Cars that a highway going through a city or going past a city would make it a ghost town. So he wondered if making a train go by a small city would make it a metropolis.
Big brain. Big brain.
He really loves Mater, by the way.
He is Mater.
Whatever happens, Robbie.
And
I do not want this. Oh.
I was going to say, and that's kind of where you're at with that. Or rather, that's where the end of your flashback would be. You sort of maybe unease, but telling Robbie to do what is best as long as it's within reason.
Yeah, he's gonna say, like, I don't want it to ruin the character of Roswell.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what Robbie sort of will allow or say yes, he'll promise to it. And because the train is getting close to being finished as it goes east to west, right? So you're in, where you're at, so it's going to pretty much hit California and then it'll be ready to go. We come back to the present. I think some people have already made their protests, but or maybe might be a little concerned over the fact that Wiley is creating his own town, almost. It's not a town yet, but it could be. Could be.
Johnny will state that he's full down to go over there and feed the cows.
Yeah, and Johnny came and helped me a bit.
Because cows are cute.
I taught him a little bit of building, and I think I'm going to try and help build the kids a few things.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can always send more kids over. Last time I think we tried working on like a play area because you wanted children to be there.
So now.
Well, shoot, I meant building stuff for the kids in Neverland.
Oh.
And he'll smile.
I mean, yeah, we can work collaboratively on that.
All right.
More the merrier, right?
Jay's like, don't touch me.
That's like 3 2s in a row. What the fuck? Okay. Kiva. It's time to talk about what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
How exciting is it to spend just an infinite, almost, it felt like infinite amount of time working on a whole ass album?
I think it was definitely a stress period for Kiva, simply because she's never done something of that scope, and she only just started actually professionally being a musician, like...
Don't worry, you're in good hands considering that the rest of your band are musicians.
That's the thing, like, the band is cool as hell, so I think it became interesting, or it became relaxing very quickly.
And using the studio space that's in Hawaii, you were able to sort of have this nice chill space to create your album. Jay being your manager, helping you sort of navigate around the difficulties that come with sort of like business side of things, which is kind of quite shocking that Jay has been managing to get so many different contacts lately, as far as like in different industries and media and stuff like that. Probably because Tonight has been built. It's called Tonight, right? I'm not going
It's
crazy.
called Tonight, yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, Tonight has been built, and it is starting its own animation and stuff like that, but this has built up your contacts enough that you are able to get your debut album interview in London. And it is stressful because now there's going to be cameras and there's going to be people asking you questions about what you're doing with your album. And mom keeps texting you, telling you to make sure that you mention the farm and the whiskey.
This is stressful for me now in real life because I didn't think we were going to be doing an interview. God damn it.
And you go through, everybody kind of goes through this process with varying levels of stressors. It seems like out of all of the people in the group, Jack and Jordan seem to have a really good sense of like, this is fine. Like, with all the people putting on makeup or, you know, kind of getting y'all's hairs done. Penny is sort of like in this space of like, this is weird. I don't know if I'm okay with this, but it's kind of cool.
As long as she doesn't scream on camera.
Yeah, that's really the biggest concern about it. And then Lindy sort of seems like only as comfortable as you are.
So she has anxiety.
Yeah, right. She's got anxiety too. Yeah. Is this like the makeup room before the situation?
This is like right before the interview.
God. Yeah, I think Kiva is visibly kind of sitting anxiously, just watching the mirror as makeup is being applied.
Yeah. You'll see Jack sort of lean in her chair. She's definitely sitting like a gay with her leg kind of out on an arm while the hairstylist is trying to do this at an angle because Jack doesn't care to move. And as she points a webbed hand at you and says, "You look scared."
What? No, not scared, just... No?
"Have courage," says Jordan.
I've got plenty of courage when it comes to, stomping. This is fucking Ireland all over again.
Look, just think of it like a battle. And the interviewer is our enemy.
Well, I'm just... Jay said that we should pretend, like we sort of know them beforehand, make it sort of comfortable. But if they're our enemy,
Jack laughs and says, "It's just so that way you can see them as somebody who you have to defeat.
Right.
Like this whole situation is just a thing to fight. Not that I'd want to fight. Ugh, gross."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
She doesn't look any calmer. She's just kind of like internalizing it more as she can.
Lindy was the first one that was done with makeup, mostly because they can't do her hair.
Right.
And so you can see her in the mirror sort of like sitting back and sort of watching everything. Says, "Well, we know who we are."
Right. Just trying to let everyone else know.
And they might ask about the Battle of the Bands, but we just say the truth. At least that's what Jay said. To be, earnest. And honest.
Right, yeah. We don't... We have nothing to hide. We just gotta talk, I guess.
And talk you will. It's nerve-wracking. Again, this is the first time that you're coming out. Not really well. Kind of, sort of, yes. The news of the Battle of the Bands did spread, you know. People knew that something happened. They just didn't have the name to the face until you guys showed up and said, that was us. You know, we were there, kind of. And that's kind of what's been kind of promoting this debut album, this idea of a Titan Spawn band just out, proud, and there's a Scion in the band itself? How strange, how weird, radical, cool.
Whoa,
Yes way!
People are kind of obsessed with this idea. And so on the Instagrams and on the Spotifys, you know, people are kind of like playing your single a bunch, and you know, it's kind of like weirdly exciting. And when the interview kind of starts, you know, you have the band sort of in the stools with the interviewer on the opposite end, sort of like, you know, before the cameras start, you guys are just joshing, sort of like introducing yourselves and stuff like that, kind of getting things chill and relaxed. And then they start. And for a little bit, it's not too bad. It's okay. You know, talking about your music is easy because you guys have a very strong kind of passionate feeling about your own music. It's when they start getting into the personal bits, like the get to know yous, that you start maybe tripping up a little bit. So Kiva, humble beginnings. What made you want to leave the farm?
Well, I you know, just didn't see myself as a as the daughter of a brewer my whole life. I guess it turns out I was right, but I've always had a passion for music and I wanted to do something with it. So when the opportunity arose, I felt like I had to take it. It seems like it's worked out all right so far, you know.
Yes, well, with a debut just on the horizon, it's going to be very exciting. We hope the best for you, of course. So, oddly enough, what made you think about starting a band like this? It's so unconventional.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, but, well, having, forgive me, she sort of gestures towards, the rest of the crew. Titan Spawn, not often you see in the limelight.
Yes,
led by a Scion.
Well, led is maybe a strong word, but look, that isn't an elephant in a lot of people's rooms, I suppose. People are afraid, and it's ignorant, to be frank. We wanted to show the people that, you know, there's nothing to be afraid of, that it doesn't matter where you come from. People are people.
Yes, people are people. And there were a lot of people at the Battle of Belfast. Did you expect there to be such a colossal battle?
Literally no. You know, the event's always been big, but we lucky enough we got some information where we were able to prepare ourselves for the creature that was supposedly arriving.
Are you saying that you knew that there was going to be a horrendous creature at the battle?
Go on, sell me out.
This pause is not happening in real time.
Fate is an odd thing. You get an inkling sometimes. We were already going to be there. It just so happened that premonition kicked in. And a good thing too, because if it weren't for that, it could have gone a lot worse.
The fact that you and your band worked together to save all those people at that concert, it's quite inspiring. And she'll pause for a moment before saying, did you know that some scions are saying that you working with Titan Spawn is just your true nature showing?
Huh. You know, I hadn't heard that. I was expecting to be honest. But then, you know, I stopped worrying about it when I realized that more than half the gods that people worship that exist out there are Titan spawn themselves.
It's rather
Look at the Theoi, born from Cronus. Myself, I've been brought back from the energies of Cerberus herself. And look at me. Look at all of them. Like I said, people.
Well, I am totally in agreement. I do know that there are people who aren't. Would you like to meet them?
Fuck this reverse Ellen bullshit. Oh, this is Jerry Springer. That's what it is.
There are people that fucking hate you and want you to die. You gonna meet them? They're gonna kill you right now. Come out on stage,
I
guys.
just imagine Jay's backstage while this is happening, and he's like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Just come
He's
on
like,
over
I
for
wish
a real
Riley was
quick
here with the
smack."
gun now.
I think at this point it's sort of like this is because we're talking about British media and we're talking about tabloid-esque kind of stuff. This is what we're looking at right here. This is like some pull the rug under you kind of shocker shit.
Boris Johnson shows up.
No, but there's like a studio audience that's small, sort of watching. It's kind of like I imagined it like more like TRL, where there's like the glass window that's like behind you guys and stuff like that, and you have people with signs, you know, and stuff like that, and then you have like the small studio audience that's in the front, and there's the boom, the shock, the awe. They're like, wait, what? He's here right now, you know. And you'll see sort of like this this TV turn on. He's not physically.
It's Wiley.
It's just Wiley.
The future.
Right.
No. What you'll see is this big dude. He looks like
It's the man, the myth, the legend.
He is built like a brick shit house, I'm telling you right now. He's probably like 6'5". Like, this man is huge. He's very huge. And he has like these soft, like blondish curls, with like this nice sort of high and tight curls going back, chiseled features, nice square jaw, can cut glass shit, right? And he's definitely wearing,
Right out of a Disney property, you're right.
definitely not a Disney property, and he's definitely wearing a sleeveless tank that's just stretched to the limit across his chest. And what you'll see before, like as a symbol, is this big lightning bolt that's like big logo right there.
Wow, this is Kingdom Hearts.
Shut the fuck up about Kingdom Hearts.
He's holding a microphone. It looks like a toy in his hand. And the interviewer says, yes, so please meet the reincarnation of Hercules. This is he goes by Hercules, and you will know, and well, you can roll a culture check, let's just say.
Okay.
Roll a culture check for me.
Okay.
I am going to roll a culture, which is culture and
Intelligence, mental check? Yeah, mental.
fun. Okay. Be
Again, any character can interrupt with questions during the scene.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Hercules is from the Greek pantheon?
He was a demigod back in the day. Well, you know, the long ago.
Yeah,
And,
haven't you seen the little action figures in stores?
you squeeze it and they yeah, it's exactly what you think it is.
So he sounds like a big tool.
Tool is right.
Did
3 successes. Oh, that was
Go ahead.
D8s. I'm so sorry.
So
Uh-oh.
so
Let me-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you got 3 successes still, though.
yes. Yeah, I got 3 successes.
You still got 3 successes.
You got 3 successes.
Oh wait, I rolled this wrong fucking. I'm so sorry.
You gonna try it again one more time?
8D10.
Are you gonna get
There
I got
you
3
go.
3
successes.
successes.
3 successes. Okay.
Jesus.
3 success.
So, here's the thing that you guys are all gonna have to learn about gods and scions and things like that. There are very few scions. Just overall, very small percentage of people are actually scions. There's an even smaller percentage of people that make it to where you're at. Smaller still making it up to the next step, and so on and so forth. Very, very, very few make it to godhood. It is almost like this mythological, legendary joke as of right now that Hercules has been trying to reach godhood for centuries.
Ha.
And he keeps making it to a point, but he fails.
He
Couldn't go to-
he either kills his family or messes up one of the trials.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. He messes up one of the trials. The closest that a scion of Zeus, rather, the reincarnation of Hercules had gotten to making it was 25 years ago, before he accidentally killed Cerberus.
Oh, fuck.
He didn't make it. The speed run was nixed, so he just kind of started.
He soft-locked himself.
Soft locked himself. He couldn't continue.
Asked Dad
sorry.
to kill him so he could be reborn again.
I have to
Reborn.
have verbal reactions because my mouse is broken and I cannot click off my dock screen, so I'm going to be the audience.
Yes. So, what does the audience say?
Ooh.
Okay, thank you.
And then a few.
So, you know this off the
Wow.
top of your head. This is actually a long-running joke, kind of, but very serious because
He is the joke.
he gets close. He just keeps failing, and he's been failing since ancient times, reincarnated over and over and over again, and keeps failing. This is just the modern iteration, the modern Chad, reincarnated.
The true Chad.
As you look over towards the screen and you see him say, "That's right, calling you out."
Oh, funny seeing you again. Sort of in a cosmic sense, I guess. You look exactly like I expected you to be honest.
Well, you don't look exactly like I thought you would.
Punk.
Funny enough, that's actually kind of because of you as well.
And she will kind of turn to the interviewer and like the audience and stuff like that, and she will like catch Jay's eye for a second.
Behind
But
the camera.
Yeah, continue to say what she was gonna say anyway, which is she'll give like a little tiny bit of a nod to Jay, and she says, "Funny enough, actually, this guy, or at least the last one, the last Hercules that failed, he's the reason that I'm here in the whole first place because he killed Cerberus."
Well, you know, cosmically, he did it. So I guess I have you and your I guess ancestors to thank for my album releasing.
Well, I haven't really thought about that. It's really interesting that you brought this to be. Fate is so funny that way, isn't it? Hercules looks upset, but in that his face is starting to turn, his neck really is turning a little red.
Veins are popping.
As he grips that microphone and he says, "Well, I'm coming back for you, doggy."
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't call her the B word.
I'm not gonna call her the B word.
Yeah, right.
That's not what I'm gonna do. He would probably say the B word, but I'm not gonna do that.
Gotcha.
We're on live television, but we're not on cable, so
It's the BBC. You can get away with a lot.
He could definitely say the C word, definitely hard C, but
You're
not
right,
gonna-
cunt.
but probably not. Cause he's American.
Of course he is.
He's so American, like football.
He's Chad.
All of the reincarnations of Hercules have been American since America established.
Pretty much. They're like, perfect.
Football,
It's free real estate.
football, and apple pie every time.
Football.
Ivar, who loves Hercules in the myths, am offended.
He is fine in the myths,
He's fine in the myth.
but all his reincarnations fucking blow.
all of his, yeah. This is like multiple generations of just chattery, just
Sheer testosterone.
just
And steroids.
multiplied. Okay.
A refined Chad.
Yeah, this is refined. This is like
The fine wine Chad.
we've been
I
burning the chatitude.
This is
and
extra
a single drop
virgin.
come down.
This is
out of
the purest
Zeus's
of
dick.
Greek
Yeah.
oil.
Sorry. Okay, I'm trying to focus. Again, Johnny and Wiley and Jay could all make their comments about the situation, but
Yeah, he didn't exactly say doggy, but we're in polite company.
He really grabbed that low hanging fruit, didn't he?
I mean, he can't really lift his arms much farther above his head, so he can only pick the low hanging ones.
I'm imagining Wiley sitting next to you.
The bitch word, right?
Yes, Johnny, that one.
It also means female dog.
That's the, yeah.
So it's kind of the, just so you know, John.
Both his brain cells really fired for that one.
Are we just gonna
Wiley's gonna
gloss
high
over-
five you under the table, Kiva.
Are we just gonna gloss over that Johnny can spell?
That's, yeah, actually, that's, were you talking to Hudson?
No. Ayla actually has been trying to work on that.
That's pretty good. What are you, 3, 4?
Years.
No comment.
That wasn't her being shitty. She was genuinely trying to be excited.
Oh, he's just gonna lower his head and shrug.
I mean, yeah. I started reading,
I'm sensitive about that.
Magic Treehouse, you know.
Started with Magic School Bus books and kind of worked my way up. So, Hercules will get mad, obviously, and he will say, "What? So you're backing away from a challenge?"
I don't know if you can hear with all the blood pumping through your ears, but I haven't said nothing about that. Where'd you like to meet? Or do you want me to walk all the way down to hell for you to come and try and pick me up?
He sort of
On a date?
He sort of frowns and says, It's my destiny to ascend to godhood. And you,
So said every last 100 fucking people who tried.
yeah, and you're gonna be in my way.
To be honest, I think that we've already lost. You know, you're supposed to help herd the cattle, not eat all of them.
No,
Ha,
Kiva,
ha ha. Very funny.
they start. It's funny.
They fucked up your camera.
Kiva, I just would like you to direct me to him, so my skinny ass can beat the
Yeah,
shit out
does
of
he
him.
need a talking to?
Yes, he
I
does.
have about 100 kit. Well, 50.
He's not worth the time, believe me.
Well, if
Couldn't
he
even
gets
have
in
to-
our way,
Yeah, well,
he winks.
What, so you think that you can be a god?
well, yeah, I guess so. It's not my only focus in life, but I imagine I could take a crack at it.
All right, doggy. He says the other.
Yeah.
he will say, then why not take my challenge? You do some of my trials.
For me.
I'm not in the mood to help someone out with their homework.
No. I do 3, you do 3. Whoever
No,
finishes
you really
first.
This sounds like a stupid train of thought.
You know, I'll do his trials.
Whoever finishes first deserves the right to godhood. And I'll stop.
You'll stop.
How many trials does he have? It's like half.
He's got 12 or something.
It's 10
What do we need to
actually.
do?
It's 10
yeah.
actually, but he failed 2 of them, so then
That's right.
had to do 2
He had to
more.
do 2 remedial challenge labors.
Yeah.
That's like half, so if you help him, if you take the challenge, if you took the challenge.
Yeah, well, I wasn't exactly thinking.
I mean, he's not there. He's not physically there, by the way.
Jay
Julie.
Right.
was.
Well, that.
Jay was.
Oh, that's
he
right.
is
He
not
wasn't
physically
actually
there.
there. Yeah.
He's
he
on
was
a
on the
TV.
fucking TV.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, he's
I was thinking about that too.
He's somewhere else.
Oh, we should pull bro right now.
No, it just says you just fill a character's heart with an emotion of your choice. It doesn't matter if they're there or not.
What's the distance on it? What's the range?
Medium.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Medium.
It was a good try.
Just
Medium
call
in the
Johnny
cosmic
really quick
sense.
and he can go kick him in the
Yeah,
shins.
I literally thought he was there.
No, he's
Right.
he's on a TV with
What
a.
a bitch! You can't even be bothered to fly out there.
I know.
Just call Johnny so he can teleport and kick him in the shins.
You'll see. You won't be able to see this, but if like somebody was watching this on TV, they'd see a whole bunch of Twitter posts that are kind of going around,
Of course.
saying like hashtag Kiva versus Hercules. Like,
There's already AO3 entries about it.
Jesus.
so
Not yet.
not yet. No, that's
It's
Legend
being
3.
worked on.
That's 3 and 4. That's 3 and 4.
That's bullshit.
That's next
How
season.
can, how can you be interviewed like nationally and not have a Wikipedia page by this point?
You know,
Details, right?
it's getting there. It's getting there. This is why you guys spent a year kind of doing
Yeah.
stuff, and now this is where it's like gonna ramp the fuck up. So he says, "What are you, chicken? Because I thought you were a dog."
You keep saying that. It's great. Can you spell that one?
Yeah, I can. D-O-G. He says that in a way like sort of like as if he showed you.
Yeah. Right. Great.
He really got you with that one.
How
Oh
old
yeah.
is he? That's something one of the 5-year-olds would say.
He can't be any older than me. He's probably a bit younger, to be honest. Unless Hercules has 2
Brain cells.
He's
running around.
This is one of these kids that peaked in high school, all right?
Yeah.
Definitely peaked in high school.
And then dropped out.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You want me to do your homework for you in the hopes that I get you to run away, to give up this whole crazy chase of being a god? Why? And forgive me, why should I give a shit?
Because if you don't, I'll use your little bandmates as my trials.
You know, I will shoot him in the head without provocation next
Yeah,
time
if
I
he
see
needs
him.
like a whip around his neck.
I think he needs a few more times of going around the track.
Yeah, I think everybody's getting fucking fired up as Kiva is getting fired up as well. I think
This can't be legal.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Threatening people on national television.
I mean, they are Titan spawn.
Who don't have
Wow.
the same
That's
rights
another
yet.
fucking conversation. Yeah, that needs to be had. Sorry, I'm just.
You're stunned at the.
No,
Johnny
I'm looking
makes-
at my
Johnny
abilities
makes
to see if I can do
whole
anything.
tightening- the whip.
Yep, nope, can't do that. Range long. Does it affect across the country?
No.
Or the world? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Long is
fuck,
long, but
you
not that
doing
long.
it. You can't do nothing. Damn it.
No, he's just pissing you off.
He purposely
Yeah.
didn't come because he knew we'd kick his ass.
Yeah. At the moment that he mentions that, saying that he would go after them, something like snaps a little bit in her to the point where she almost wants to like stand up.
If you do, you'll probably see like Lindy kind of hold out a hand.
Yeah, and like as she kind of goes up, this like Lindy maybe does like the squeeze.
Yeah.
Oh.
She sits down a little bit and she says, "You just made a huge mistake. Because not only am I going to beat you at your own trials, if I ever see you in person, I will make it my personal labor to put you back wherever you came from."
Yes, bitch.
The crowd goes wild.
And the interviewer will go, oh my. As Hercules goes, challenge accepted. And mic drops, but because the camera doesn't show the mic drop and it doesn't cut away right away, it just is kind of awkward because you'll hear the and then
And he shuffles off camera.
Time to get pizza.
But he doesn't like
He's not
shuffle-
wearing.
He doesn't shuffle out of frame all the way because of his bicep is just like slightly off camera.
The hallway's too narrow.
all good suggestions that definitely happen before the camera shuts off and says, so, I suppose not only are you going to be battling the charts, but you will be battling what? Your cousin?
I wouldn't put it that far. But as far as battle goes, I suppose I can spare a weekend to deal with him.
And that interview sort of continues on as people sort of talk interest about like well, that was interesting, and again pulling more of like this whole conversation of like is it worth it or is it not worth it, and people will definitely be tuning in to see if you do what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm. Akiva will just be quietly fuming for the rest of the interview.
That's fine, and if like it gets to a point where it's clear like you're upset, like the others will kind of jump in and start answering questions and stuff like that. But by the end of it, that is what happens, and that is what you share with the group.
So, do y'all have like a date set yet, or because I can clear my schedule out for that one?
I'm not that busy either.
First to 3. It's the first to 3 trials.
Just
As far as I've
specify.
understood it, he hasn't done anything yet. So I guess I just take my pick. No
So is
date.
it just you that has to do them, or can someone else help?
I'm not gonna. I can deal with this idiot.
Well, if he tries to sabotage you, you can probably just like beat him up.
Exactly. I'm saying you need a couple keen eyes to make sure he ain't trying to pull shit.
If I recall correctly, the reason why Hercules had to do 12 and not 10 was because he had somebody help him for one of his trials and had somewhat and an accepted payment for the second one. But
Shoot, never mind then.
I mean, they helped him kill the Hydra, so.
See, I'm just talking about helping and making sure that he ain't gonna interfere.
Well,
If you'd like to come along, I welcome it, but please don't waste your time on him. He's a bully.
Well, I'm not focusing on him, I'm focusing on you. And you aren't a waste of my time.
Yeah, and if he tries to do anything to your bandmates behind our backs, we can easily deal with him.
That's what I'm worried about.
Nothing's gonna happen to them. Don't worry about that.
And it's not gonna happen because we'll be watching. And plus, they're tough on their own, and I know it.
Right. So, yeah, that's the latest nonsense I'm dealing with.
well, I'm excited to listen to your debut album. I'm sure a
Yeah,
lot
I've
of
been
people
playing
will.
I've been playing your single at the shop, and people seem to like it a lot. So
Don't have to do that.
it's good. Why not play music that's good?
You guys get money for every Spotify replay.
I mean, not much, but I guess.
The kids like it too. I bought a CD for the little radio that we have.
She turns red the moment that everybody says that they keep fucking listening to it.
Like, please.
Yeah, it's like, fine.
Richard.
Jay, you've been relatively quiet.
Kind of like looks up from his phone. Oh, sorry, just dealing with a lot of messages. He puts his phone like in his pocket at that point.
Is that all from tonight?
A little bit from there, yeah. There's a lot of developments, different projects going on. We should definitely schedule for that new song you were working on. If you still wanted to use it as a promo for the trailer.
Oh, of course. No, absolutely. I was just going through a couple of. We have some more editing to do, but I'd get you a. Sorry, is everything okay? You said a few were from there. Is everything else all right?
I imagine like you just hear the from his pocket, and he kind of just paps it, and he's like, I mean, yeah, well enough. You guys didn't see who I came with. I'm sure they're just asking questions about Las Vegas because they haven't been here before.
Now, haven't you heard that it's rude to be on your phone at the dinner table?
I just.
He blinks.
Wiley's just fucking around. It's. Tell us about who you're here with.
Oh, I mean, they're not here. I mean, they're wandering around. But he kind of like he looks off to the side.
Will you tell your story?
He looks hesitant. And he like looks towards Wiley briefly before kind of saying, "If I tell you guys something, can you keep it a secret?"
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
From everyone,
I don't really have anyone to tell.
including your
I only talk to you guys.
godparents.
I don't talk to him.
What's going on?
Okay. I guess I'll start back at Christmas.
Christmas time. You're in the arm.
Yeah, it's like. That's still.
You're in the arms of your father, who's hugging you tightly because he had not seen him. He had not seen you ever, and you had only seen him in your dreams.
Visions.
I mean, it sounded nicer when I said dreams, but
Yeah.
Night terrors.
And when he pulls away, he asks you, "You have to be my scion."
I'm already a scion.
What?
Kind of like he looks like a deer in a headlights. He goes, "Can we talk somewhere? Not in the lobby?" Did you guys notice that Jay's voice is deeper now? Now I have to raise it up one last time.
There's a pause before your father will take you. I can say your father, but your father will take you to
My father was a dragon.
the deeper parts of the Winter Palace, and you will also see that I've added a cool picture of the motifs of the Winter Palace because it is a new entry in the Conca as well. So if you want to look at that, you totally can.
Woo.
That's the kind of motif I was thinking about.
Sweet.
He'll take you through and sort of along the hallways, and eventually it sort of seems like you're getting lost in the space. Maybe it's liminal in a kind of way, and take you to what is an office. It's weird because it's like this ancient Chinese architecture and artifacts around you, but then he has like a Mac computer like on a desk.
Right.
I love that juxtaposition.
It's very much Bond villain aesthetic.
Yeah, it's like really weird. But he'll take you to a chair to kind of sit down, and he'll sit in the chair across from it, sort of kind of placing a hand on your arm. What do you mean you're already a scion?
Well, that's how I found you. Kinda. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to find you unless I could look into the past, and I can look into the future too. But
Who?
Kind of like bites his bottom lip a little bit, and he's like, his name is Tsukiyomi.
The moon god?
Mm-hmm. He chose me because the person that took my horns suggested it to him. Anari.
Inari.
Uh-huh. When Mom Nick looks down briefly. After I was born, there was someone named Padma? Is it Padma or Padme?
Padma.
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 She has lost the will to live.
Padma, she's a scion of... I forget. I keep wanting to say Lakshmi, but it's the offshoot of Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. And she gave me to Inari, and he took my horns, and then he made it so that no one could find me. But I don't know why he told about me to Tsukiyomi, but...
Well, then just disown Tsukiyomi.
You see, it's complicated.
It's not complicated.
It is. You see, I don't... We're married?
No, you're not.
He just kind of like us.
You're a great improv partner, Ahuang.
We,
He's never asked me.
I don't think he knew you or I were connected. And if he did, then that's something we definitely need to talk about, because I didn't think he knew.
What, so you can just bring him here?
I can, yeah.
Good. Do it.
Can I do an empathy check on him? If it's even possible.
It kind of sounds like he's like one word away from kicking Tsukiyomi's ass.
Sounds kind of sus.
Yeah.
He's got a shotgun, and he's about to make sure that his son has made an honest woman.
He's brought home before 12.
Yeah.
You want to roll an empathy on him?
Yes.
It's
Gonna be hard.
very difficult, probably. I'm gonna say somewhere around. Hold on. I actually can. It's somewhere gonna be. He's like the equivalent of a god. Okay, I'm just gonna put this out here. He's like the equivalent of God. I will say that it's probably relatively easy, not terribly hard. Mm-hmm. Like he's not trying to
use
hide
half the momentum.
I am.
Use all the momentum. It's fine.
Do I use a
empathy, social roll, empathy, mental roll. You are looking at about like
just use your presence. Bat your eyes.
Yeah.
3 difficulty.
Okay.
I feel like I say 3 and then you guys like just roll like 5 and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oof.
See what I mean?
I use half the momentum pool, so.
Oh yeah.
You think he's probably going to. The reason why he's asking is so that he can show Tsukiyomi a piece of his mind.
Okay. He gets up and he like reaches over to maybe try to like hold his dad's hand or something like that, and he'll say, "Look, he let me come here to talk to you. I think he wants us to open a dialogue. I don't think he did it to undermine you or anything like that."
Sorry, can I just cut in for a second? Horns?
Yeah, I was about to ask about that one too.
Well,
I mean, you
don't
met your dad, and that's amazing, but...
Do you have horns?
Well, he has skills on him too, so
What?
Kind of like rubs at his collarbone where you can barely see them.
I didn't...
Kiva will like reach over to like look a little closer.
I'm gonna be
pull his
honest. I
shirt
thought
down.
that was
just a tiny bit.
makeup thing, like people put body glitter on.
yeah. And if you like
Going
stare
for the
super
star
close
sparkly look.
into his eyes, they're kind of like slits.
You have one eye. How did you see that?
Wiley will kind of narrow his eyes and be like, "Oh, yep, you're right, like mine, except not as much."
Like mine, but not.
Like mine, but not slitted. He'll just kind of like, he'll let Kiva look at the little, like the 2 that he has on his collarbone before he says,
He's going through dragon puberty.
pretty much.
I always think dog's eyes are. I don't know why. Ignore me.
He'll say, yeah, Ao Jean is, the dragon of the East, otherwise known as the Azure Dragon, Aseriu,
The great blue dragon
yeah.
of China, one of the dragon kings.
So,
Also a titan.
He used
Yeah.
to be a god. That's the thing, and that's what I talked to him about. Wanting
Is that why you wanted us to keep it a secret?
Well,
Because he's a Titan?
I don't think that's the only reason why.
there's another reason. And I can just go back into the scene.
Go back into the scene. Do you tell Suki to come?
Yes, but I think Jay will try to preface as much as humanly possible or titanly as possible that he wants to help him based on what he's learned about him and whatnot from looking into the long time ago. So that he will say, I want to be your scion, but Tsukiyomi needs to have a conversation in this too. And if he says no, then I will not do it. And then please don't fight each other.
He says yes.
I'll cry.
He says yes.
Please don't get the shotgun out, Daddy.
Okay.
Daddy, no.
So he does what Jay and Tsukiyomi talked about at the autumn festival, and he pings him. And originally he was only supposed to ping Tsukiyomi if he was either about to be killed and or captured by the Shen.
So you ping him.
Yeah.
At the Winter Palace. Tsukiyomi can't like teleport there because it is not. It's a weird space that he can't just like appear in the middle of the Winter Palace. He has
The
to
walls are
walk
lead
through the
lined.
door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has to kick down the door.
Nobody move!
He and through an arrangement of like people bringing him over, sort of identifying and bringing him over, it's now you've moved to a different office, less of Ao Guang's personal office and more like a big hall to maybe.
So you're saying if a fight breaks
Have a
out,
death
nothing
battle.
bad will happen.
They booked out the conference room for
Like
this
the
one.
conference room is like this big ostentatious space, and it may or may not be some sort of like posturing happening right now.
It may not be a battleground or.
Jay like looks off to the side and he's like, I didn't know the hotel connected to the ocean.
Yes, half of it is underwater.
That's right.
I was gonna make that joke, but if that's true, that's
It is
cool as
true.
hell.
It
Half
is.
is underwater.
Yeah, half of it
In
is
real life?
In this real life.
in the
Oh.
myth, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
In this myth, yes, it is. Half of it is underwater.
Because the dragon is a water dragon.
He's also a sky dragon.
He's also a storm dragon, so you know.
Your dad's Rayquaza?
Oh my god. No, that's a space dragon, you fool.
That's what Jay is.
Goddamn.
It's a fucking space
Oh.
So it's awkward, right? Because you have Tsukiyomi on one side, Ao Guang on the other, you stuck in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a vampire dinner where they're both at opposite heads of the table, and Jay is awkwardly Aaron Paul drinking water in the middle.
Yeah.
Um,
I think like Jay will kind of like rush over to Tsukiyomi very quickly as he kind of finally shows up, and he'll hug him and he'll say, "I'm not dead, but he's really mad." And
he look like Suki is like giving like he's listening to you, right? But his eye is kind of definitely like looking over there to where Ao Guang is, who has not sat down, and he's merely standing, leaning on the conference table, looking at the two of you very intensely.
very Darian like. Look, he promised he wasn't gonna do anything as long as you didn't do anything. So no attempted murders at all, please. Please.
Have you told him that too?
I made him promise first before I called you.
Sorry, I don't want to cut in again. You're married?
This is hard cuts to Jay, just head
I
down.
did not know of.
I didn't want to say anything because it felt weird to say I got married to a
the
god,
moon.
to a god of the moon, the day after my visitation.
The day after?
Yeah, I promised him that we would take. That part doesn't matter. We just.
Wait.
Johnny's like, Johnny's like, what?
How
Tell
can
me.
you marry the moon?
Married the moon and you said take what?
We just promised to take down one of the other gods that he doesn't like very much. I don't even know if he's actually serious about it, considering that he hasn't given me any pointers on how to do that. And she's already angry at me, and I think she might already know, because that's why I have Li Bao, and...
Well, to be honest, I don't think at your level you can take down any god.
No, I don't expect to. It's why I'm trying to...
What god?
That doesn't matter, because
Wait,
I'm not...
Wait.
I'm not his
What
Scion
god?
anymore.
What?
I'm not Suki's Scion anymore.
You broke up?
No.
Cuts back over to the
Yeah.
flashback. Cuts over back to the flashback, and Suki is sitting down. Ao Guang is not.
Jay is like halfway sitting down.
Yeah, you're kind of like at this halfway point because you don't know if you get to zippity doo out.
It's like that improv game, sit, stand, and kneel.
About to like throw himself in the middle of them if he has to.
And as far as like with your empathy roll, you can tell that even though Alglong said that he won't kill Suki, he's definitely not welcoming in any. He's not trying to be friendly here.
Right.
And you can tell that Suki is wary of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Alglong will start. I deserve to have my son as my scion. It is my duty and his duty to be my son, my scion, and you took it from me. Suki says, fair. But what are your intentions? I know the myths. You have a castle full of daughters. And when your son is born,
How many?
when you have a son, a new Dragon King, you said that you'd tear down heaven.
Jay just kind of slowly turns his head to Eljean. That's probably not true, right?
It is true. Jay is my first son. Since the beginning of time.
How? Jay halfway wants to ask how many sisters does he has, but he realizes that that is not the appropriate time to do that.
I was gonna say Kiva goes, you have sorry, go ahead, keep going.
it's two,
That's a lot of kids, huh?
two of them are here. They're somewhere.
Sorry.
Turn down the heaven.
Is that what you're planning? Wouldn't you like to know, Godling?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather
The
Boy?
weather boy.
Come on, we called one of the celestial gods a godling. I don't think he's a godling, but And then Jay's gonna like slap his hands on the desk table where I'm just imagining the long dinner table now. So I can't get out of my head.
Yeah, no, that's what I want it to be. This is what I want it to be. This is what I visually want it to be.
Jay will kind of slap his hands down on the table and he'll stand up and he's like, okay, Dad, Suki, I don't have any intentions on ripping down any sort of heaven. So maybe there was some sort of misinterpretation with the prophecy. I'll look into that later. But you... And he looks towards his father, and he pulls up his sleeve and shows off the tattoo. And the tattoo, for the audience, is like this myriad of waves and clouds. And there is a dragon talon holding a 7-bladed sword on his arm. And he looks at his father and he goes, This is yours, yeah? This was taken from you.
By a godling.
Right. And you said that other things were taken from you by other gods.
Yes, because gods like to take things that don't belong to them.
But here's the thing. You used to be a god, right?
That doesn't matter.
Would it matter?
I gave that life up long ago.
But would it matter if you had those things back? If people thought differently? You don't have to tear down heaven. You can just change it. And I will help you do that.
change heaven?
Help you change heaven. And he'll spend an action to pull the sword out. Immediately. And he looks towards Suki briefly with kind of like sad eyes.
Suki won't interrupt you. Sort of lets you say your piece and take out the sword and stuff like that.
And he'll set it down on the table. And he's like, okay. This is a very important artifact here. It's kind of sort of mine, not really, but he looks towards both of them and he's like, I will be your scion to help you get back to the glory that you had. To be the person that I'm sure Mom would have really loved to see. And then once you're in a safe space, then I can go back to being his scion if he still wants me.
Now, not to interrupt the pivotal moment, but you are saying the God that's in love with you, who chose you, who actively found you and cared for you, you're just ditching him.
No. Because I wouldn't do it unless he agreed. We talked on Christmas Eve. That night, when you guys were a little drunk. And we basically said our story already. I don't know if I was just channeling the future or whatnot, but he knew that I was gonna step away for a little bit before I came back.
Riley will nod thoughtfully and say, good, I'm glad my assessment of you was right. You wouldn't just do something stupid like that.
No.
In fact, you add, as we go back into the scene.
Right. And then it'll go down towards him listing his terms as this Scion, that he will be our own Scion until he can lift him back up to godhood to prove a point that gods and titans are literally one and the same.
Aldron will look at you, look at Suki, and Suki will rise up and say, respectfully, sir, I agree with Jay. I think that the heavens need to be changed.
Jay just kind of just be like, he's just thinking in his head, he's like, I didn't actually think he'd agree to that, but sure.
And as a sign of respect, I will protect Jay while he is your scion. Because if they know that he is a scion of a titan, one such as you,
then the Shen will just do what they wanted to do when I was born in the first place.
I won't let that happen.
And neither will Suki.
Neither will we. Sorry, go ahead.
Jay will kind of smile and he's like, thanks.
Maybe in that moment where they both say that they will protect you from the Shen and probably the Kami.
Yeah, considering Amaterasu. It's somewhere in the middle of this. Let me roll cunning and persuasion so I can keep my ability, my attribute thing.
Sure.
And would hype man count if I'm hyping myself?
You're hyping.
You get fucked.
You're hyping other people if you do that.
Cool. Well, I'm hyping both of them. I'm jazzing both of them up. So that's. Don't fuck up. Alright.
Botch.
No, it's fine.
I like how Bethany didn't like agree to not telling any secrets. Just watching this all happen.
Bless her little heart. She's a third party.
I just hope she disagreed.
Maybe in the midst of all of that, when they finally say, we'll protect you from getting killed, they both sort of find that common ground, right? That they don't want to see you hurt. And maybe that is what is needed at this moment to sort of create this truce, this partnership.
So what Jay will do is that Jay will bring the sword between them, and they can do like a manly handshake with the sword before the sword can be passed off to.
More
Like one of them grabs the blade while you're holding the hilt.
More
No,
like
they both grab the hilt. I can see them.
Actually,
okay.
it's more like a passing of the torch, if you will. You're holding the blade, and Suki will come to you and take the blade from you.
Mm-hmm.
And for a moment, you feel it taken away from you. Does that make sense?
I look down. My tattoos are gone.
And Suki will hold the sword with great ease as he sort of
remake that character
as he sort of pulls it in a way that he's handing it handle forward, bowing towards Al Guang. And Al Guang will then take the sword.
Stick it back in his
He's the only man
ass.
I trust. I trust Tsukiyomi. No other man.
No.
He will,
All my homies love Tsukiyomi.
and Al Guang will hold on to the sword, sort of refamiliarize himself with his lost tail.
The last little bit of his tail that Susanoo stole.
And he will look towards the motifs that are on the walls. Some of them are motifs that show Al Guang in his full form, his full dragon form. And you'll see almost instantly, sort of like it starts flickering and glittering like silver scales, the tail return to the art.
Jay looks thrilled at that.
Damn, those artists work fast, huh?
It's magic.
I know. Yeah.
It's fucking magic. And once...
It's anime.
Yeah, it's anime bullshit.
Super
Anyway,
anime.
Kami bullshit.
I told you,
You
I
make paintings.
told you, this is all anime bullshit episode. He will
love
then take the sword and hand it towards you in a similar way that Suki handed it to Al Guang. And when you take the sword...
I think Jay just kind of like, he fumbles for like half a second. He's like, wait, why is this...
And you feel the birthright return to you,
But different.
but different.
Your tattoo comes back.
Are you sure? Yeah, my tattoo comes back. No, it's more like the sword comes back in the tattoo.
Yeah. And he will step forward and touch the side of your face. Then we will change heaven.
He'll just smile and makes that dumb baby smile.
But before we do, you need to get your horns back.
And he stabs you in the gut, and that's where we end the episode. Ah! Sorry.
Okay.
My brain was like, betrayal.
No, it's not like that. And that
You gotta get that sword back in there somehow.
is Jay's story.
So, yeah. My idea behind getting my horns back through Inari is... Look. She has 5 tails now.
What?
Well, Jay,
Oh, I heard
You're
about
picking up
this
on-
one.
Yeah, if you paid attention to the news, I guess, a lot of
sorry, I
people...
don't have cable or
Disney.
What happened?
Disney turned tail.
Fuck you, Mickey Mouse.
Disney. Lady Luck will laugh and say Disney turned tail and ran from Hawaii. Because of the new media company.
How?
Because tonight's getting a bit more prevalent, and a combination of tax fraud and
a little bit of bad luck.
Yeah, a lot of bad luck. And Jay kind of like looks down at that. It's kind of weird. I don't feel like I blend into spaces anymore, but I can just look at somebody, and if I want them to fail, they fail.
Oh, you changed Boons out. I see.
Next.
So you swap your
just
necks
Max
around
dance.
between
Ah.
sessions. I understand that
More
mechanism.
like I switched callings.
Well,
I'm gonna
now
switch
I
callings.
can I can see shit really well now with them. Taps his eye like it's glass.
Jay's like, that's
Kidding,
a
I'm
purview,
kidding.
you idiot.
But it's part of my
You know, if you guys just decided to not press the skip tutorial button on the options, we wouldn't be having this problem. with
Oh, I have
technology.
a. It's
I
a
learned how
purview,
to
but I get a
play-
knack from it.
I learned how to play from Game Grumps. I don't know what a fucking tutorial is.
Johnny's
I got
Anyway.
stuck on the wall and I raged.
Well, I got a funny little boon in my eye.
And that's where we end the session.
But yeah, like Akiva's just blown away by this whole fucking thing. She's a little hurt that she wasn't invited to the wedding, but we only had just met at that point, so it's
It'd be
fine.
weird.
It'd be a little weird, yeah, at that point. But the first opportunity we get, we're doing a proper ceremony.
So, wait, Jay, does that mean you're a Titan spawn?
Yeah.
He always was a Titan spawn.
You just didn't know.
No.
That's
Uh,
cool.
Yeah, we kind of have that in common, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Because...
So what makes you? Oh, go on.
Oh no, Jay was just gonna point between the Cerberus thing and then him like
Yeah.
going to Johnny being like, and you're like a scorpion, which isn't that?
I've been told, but I'm starting to think so with these, like, pulls up sleeves. Shows a swath of scales. Like
What?
plates.
That's like an.
Jay
that's
shakes
like
his
armor.
head and he's like, no, I got bored one night and I looked back. I wanted to see when you got visited. You were really mean to Loki, but
Hey, how was I mean?
you stabbed him a lot with your tail. But he thought it
Oh.
was
He did say that I stabbed him.
he thought it was really funny, so he laughed for like 10 minutes straight, and it was a little creepy. But they laughed for like 10 minutes, like.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But
Well,
advise you
you
to
didn't
not
look
look
at when
back
I
on.
got visited, did you?
no.
Okay, you don't need to.
Don't look back on mine, please. Because you're gonna see a whole lot of stuff you
So,
didn't see.
so, what pulls out whip? This is my tail, right?
Yeah.
Character development.
Johnny gets it now!
Johnny gets it! See, it only took him a season.
Wiley like
Finally.
leans over to Kiva.
An entire season, he got it.
That's the real miracle.
That's the real fucking miracle. But yeah,
He learned how
I'm
to
kidding.
read.
I don't remember what I was
He
gonna
knows
say.
that he's a scorpion.
So you're
As finally a synapse forms.
brain cells.
those
Brain
that
cells.
plasticity. So Jay's a dragon.
Half dragon.
Kiva's a part of Cerberus. Kind of ghostly, spectral themed. That's a big word Wiley wouldn't use. Yeehaw.
You're big ghost dog.
Big old ghost. Johnny's a scorpion, and I am. Can I also say Wiley probably sees him predominantly black and white now?
I mean,
Oh boy.
if you-
That happens to a lot of men.
Tragic.
It's very. I mean, statistically speaking, you're more likely to be colorblind as a man.
And because he has yo eyes.
I mean that too, but you know.
Oh, that's what I was getting at.
I mean,
No,
yeah.
I know, but that we were all joking.
You just see
fucking with
infrared
you.
Hey.
vision now.
Did you see that Tumblr post that was like, you know, all those extra colors that shrimp see probably suck ass anyway?
Don't get me started about the
They're
fucking
fucking-
mantis shrimp.
I hate that
800
shit.
fucking color cone bullshit. I don't know how many they have, but
Wiley would kind of gesture to himself and say, "You know, it's ironic, but I think I might be a dog."
No, you look human.
No, I don't mean like.
Is this like a Ken
Ow.
thing?
She doesn't say that.
Jay-
She doesn't
Jay-
know what
Jay was
that
about
is.
to be like,
She
I'm
doesn't know
surprised
what
you
that
about
is.
Ken.
Kiva doesn't. Kiva doesn't
Oh,
tell her.
Like, I was like,
Come on,
a
let's
connoisseur
all
of the
about
other
that.
kin community. Kiva's a Kenny ally.
Two-spirit community.
There's a lot of them in Hawaii, actually.
Oh yeah.
Wiley is not half Native American, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
you know, we all kind of change over time.
he's half Mexican. Anyways.
We all change over time. Happens.
Yeah.
As you become.
Yeah.
As you grow into your own. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't mean to pry, but why'd you bring us all here? Do you? I mean, it's great to see you again. It's great to see everyone again, but
I saw something.
Well, what'd you say?
A vision of the future.
And Wiley will do like a go on, like hand gesture.
Was it bad?
I guess it depends on who you ask. She'll lean back a little bit in her chair, and you'll see a blob of shadow kind of rise up. And it's not cat-shaped, it's just more like a shadow puppet, almost.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, Johnny just takes out a flashlight and starts doing
No, Johnny flips up his eye and just like two hulking shadows are behind.
Johnny, put it away.
It's rude to get those kinds of things out at the dinner table, Johnny. Put your shadow men away.
Visions of the
You know your grandpa hates seeing them.
My 2 out of 10 big hot men, you know.
I need 2 big hot men.
Visions of the future are always strange little things.
Yeah, they are.
You see big things, but never all the little details. You find yourself picking at all the little misty parts, trying to see if it'll help you, and it doesn't. Knowing the future already changes it, so what's the point, right? But I still think it's important to let you know. I saw a snake made of metal and wheels rolling across a bridge before ascending into the air. It's as tall as buildings, and I can see you all from below looking up at it. Gravity takes hold of this creature, and it falls, landing its massive belly onto the streets below. Concrete and splinters come out of all directions, and I cannot recognize the place for the life of me. But I know that it's going to destroy a city.
A metal. Are we talking about like a monorail?
Jay just like.
Wiley's like choking. Wiley was probably trying to take a sip of his drink and he's choking and sputtering.
I know that
And-
it's...
Cat.
I can tell, based on the seasons, that it's not... that it'll happen, what? Next spring?
The spring.
Next spring?
Sam fucking hell.
What?
I know exactly what this is talking about too.
So I don't need to look.
Lo and behold.
As Jay like
Oh.
wiggles his hairpin.
Wait,
Humor
Wiley,
me, Jay.
weren't you talking about a train
Exactly.
going through Oswald?
Ravi in my pantheon is building a railroad from the east coast to the west coast, and he asked me if he could do a stop in Roswell, and I said yes, as long as you don't ruin everything.
That's like one of those like high-speed bullet train things, right?
Yeah. I told him if he better not mess up nature or the environment over there or the culture of Roswell.
Well,
It might be Roswell, it might be somewhere else, but a metal snake.
if it's going up off of a bridge,
He told
maybe
me-
something is picking it up.
I don't know, but he said he could suspend it. He could elevate it.
Typically, those type of train systems need to be above street level.
I don't know about y'all, but this sounds pretty damn close, and he wouldn't.
Then what do we do about it?
I don't know, but he wouldn't.
What if it's
do
a
that.
strange force that's
That's what I'm
working
thinking.
against us, picking up the train and just drops it onto the city?
Either way, it's big. Very
Well,
big.
I know I'll be there, helping him protect that thing.
And all of you will be there. But
We were in the vision.
I'm sorry, narrator. I thought two of us were going to be somewhere else when this was
Yeah,
happening.
well, sorry.
The future
Yeah,
changes
who knows?
all of you,
based on the vision. Yeah.
all of you will very well be there somehow. But
Jay,
Through some sort of cosmic interference.
Cosmic
there's some
interference.
sort of cosmic It's like there are
But-
people
You
controlling
see a
us.
tree in the
it's
distance.
happening. It's happening later. Closer
Like-
towards
like-
next spring.
That's when it's ready for its inaugural voyage.
Which means that you need time to prepare.
So we
Get
have
stronger.
A year.
Should I talk to him?
Yes, we need to. We've got more time for this than we did for the Battle of the Bands. If we know this is going to happen next spring, we need to spend as much time as possible.
It's going to be really
They
hard to
can-
get Puck to get her sixth tail.
I reckon y'all need to invest in some
I
kind
know
of...
that the ACR are probably not a part of it, but I can ask Nadia to see if he hears anything.
Someone must be sabotaging that railway. Maybe to start something. Or maybe
Oh.
just to destroy. But either
I'll
way,
call Robbie.
either way, I see you all saving the city.
Shh, we're not doing this
Maybe.
again.
Let's hope that part doesn't change.
I sure fucking hope. Jay, I hate to ask you to do things, but is there any way you, at some point, I mean, not necessarily now, you can...
You tend to have an anxiety attack when you do that, so maybe not at the dinner table.
No, he just doesn't want to, like, force you to do it.
Well, I mean, Jay was already twirling the hairpin in his hands.
Oh, okay.
In case.
If y'all help, well, I'll have to be there regardless, but I don't know. Y'all should, Jay, you and Johnny should come out to the farm sometime and get acquainted with riding horses. Because it's going to be in handy, I think.
Jay just slow blinks at that. And if
Okay.
you guys want to come to China to meet my family and all of their resources, you can do that too.
Shoot, why not? I've never been to China before.
And if we're offering things to, I mean, people can come with me through the tree and the roots, other realms, you know.
Either way, I was gonna say, and of course you have the trials as well.
I was going to say, yeah, and I've got a muscle-bound prick that needs dealing with.
These are all
What's up?
ways in which you can grow yourselves as scions prior to the big event.
Ooh.
This is
Shit,
like
what am I
this
doing
is
for the-
anime. This is fucking
before
Dragon
then?
Ball Z shit.
Yeah, we all gotta level up.
We're
first.
preparing for the tournament.
We gotta
I have a
train.
question.
Yeah?
Meta-wise, like, you know how like last season, like the big thing was like Kiva's thing?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're doing with this, just out of curiosity?
This is like
that
the-
what you're planning with all 4 legend points?
Probably.
I understand the format.
Yeah, this is a format. This is an anime.
Hell yes.
I can't
Everyone
wait
gets
for
their
the
arc.
I can't wait until the 4th season where Johnny's destiny kicks in.
and yeah, it causes
Johnny goes
Ragnarok.
fucking
Bitch, I
batshit.
think I'm 4.
Oh, we're gonna
It's
be
just
4
like-
together.
Yeah, we just combined 3 and 4.
It's
Jace is like a political family drama, like that takes like 4 or 5 seasons,
Yeah,
and it's
Crazy
like
Rich
it ends with
Asians.
like
anyway.
yeah,
I wanted to.
Mine's gonna be high fantasy,
it's
but
like
with
Days
the
of Our
dark
Lives
undertone.
except high fantasy. And I love it.
But yes, you did kind of call it out there, Taylor, as
Feel like a big man?
you feel smart.
No.
Okay, but that is where we'll end it.
Hell yeah.
Sort of
I
leaving
need a
you
new
guys
mouse.
at this new horizon, a new danger approaches in the
I love
distance,
Animal
and you
Crossing.
must prepare yourselves for it
Yeah.
using the long deeds that you have, the long-term deeds that you have to grow and become bigger, better, faster, stronger. Daft Punk song, you know.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
We need to. We're grinding. It's a year until the Cell games, and we need to get as strong as we
I have
can.
to convince a god.
Oh,
to give me
that
my
means
stuff
we're-
I
back.
have to defeat all the gym leaders. so I can
Michael,
fight
you
them.
don't understand. That means all of us but one are gonna fucking die.
So be it. If I survive, I'll come and get you.
Damn.
Well, provided you go to my underworld. Whoops.
Oh,
We can go to Hades
God.
Town.
Oh god, I'm not gonna go to Yomi anymore. Fuck if I die. Ugh.
Oh, you get to go to
Get
that
that out of my
gross
sight.
So we
Chinese
gonna
heaven.
see my
Chinese
cool
hell
sister
sucks.
hell.
You think Christian hell sucks? Chinese hell is worse.
We've already been to Japanese hell before.
No, we haven't been to Yomi yet.
In Necessary Evil.
Oh, Necessary Evil, yes.
We've already been there.
Anyway,
we don't have to go back.
So yeah, that was Immortal Odyssey. That was our session here. Awesome, great, cool times, great times. I want to close it off by doing a little round robin. Say who you are, who you played, and what was your favorite part of the game, as per usual. And we're gonna start with Johnny.
Yes, Papa.
No. Not you. No.
I die a
Eating
little.
sugar.
I die a little.
Reminds me of the fruity.
I die a little every time. I die a little death.
Le Petit Mort.
TOS, guys.
No, I was
I'm
referencing
on
a
it
Broadway
tonight.
song.
Bar.
Anyways, hi, I played Johnny. He had fun stealing children again.
God damn it, Johnny.
He's gonna do more of that
Not again.
to
Fucking
get what he
Candlejack,
wants.
motherfucker.
And he wants more for the massive army.
More.
The it's starting to look like an army. It's an army, but he don't know. But it's
I'm an army.
Yeah, you can catch me on Monday playing Michael's game, but not this Monday, but maybe the next Monday, because I fucking died.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
I was like,
fucking died.
why would you be here?
I was
I'm
thinking that too. I
also-
was like, wait, are we not playing on Monday? What's happening?
No. I also died in Julian's game, but that's supposed to happen because I am playing in VTM as a Bruja who's leading everyone to their possible deaths
Nice
in
segue. I like that.
Wait,
fighting
Bruja's supposed
possible
to die?
phase,
No, just we
aka
all died when we
werewolves.
became vampires.
Oh, I thought that Brujas had like a revive mechanic. I don't know.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be cool, but no.
It's a new clan. It's Clan Lazarus. Onyx Path, you can fucking take that. Just pay me for it. No. Thanks, bye.
Oh my god, I did enjoy the
I'm
fact
a-
that you take every opportunity to kidnap a child.
Hell yeah.
I didn't need you to, but you did. So
I mean, why not?
Hey, I wanted to get more Titan spawns.
Johnny does the bonus objectives.
It is what it is.
He does.
Uh,
It's like in Borderlands where you have like the main objective and like a bonus objective. You get extra loot.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the loot is a child.
Or if you want to do like, if you
So
want to get
bad
all
in
the
context.
Dragon Age companions, you gotta go the extra.
It's like in
mile.
Mass Effect 2 when
Gotta
you
do
have
the
to
loyalty
get,
missions.
when you're trying to
Make
get
sure you don't
everyone
die.
loyal to you
Yeah.
so they don't fucking die.
Hey, Julian.
All this,
But
is all
they're
this thrilling
already
you?
dead, right?
Hi,
Julian, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Julian, otherwise known as Jackal of Jackal and Hare. I have played Jay, who had anxiety revealing to everybody what he truly is. I liked the part where Dad was like, "How dare he ruin your chastity? I'm gonna murder him." Thankfully,
Is that what I missed?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So when you
I had
said-
to pee.
So he said like, he's my
my husband.
and Aldrong said,
No, you're not.
"No, he's not. He didn't
Don't
ask
fucking
me.
ask
He
me.
didn't ask me."
And then Jay was just like, "But Dad, you didn't even know." Okay.
I didn't know you existed.
Well, no, he knew he existed, but he just didn't know where he was in the world.
Okay, you guys skipped over my favorite part, which was everyone roasting Hercules.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
That was awesome.
We're still going around. There's still favorites to talk about.
Can't wait to use irresistible impulse to make that guy cry like a little bitch in the middle of one
Yeah.
of his trials on live television. We'll make that happen. But yeah, I play on Michael's Games on Mondays. I run the BTM game, Vampire at the Disco. So you guys like 1970s settings. Our coterie went up to Connacht Chase in the UK on the decree of the hunt. To complete Vanessa's initiation, she must bring back a trophy. They ran, two of the members of the coterie ran into a dark, shadowy canine-like figure that disappeared on the wind. So
That's just Wiley.
that's just that was a big Wiley then. No. And
Someday.
Yeah, it's just him hunched over on all fours.
on all fours. Yeah, Jackson missed the sixth set of legs. That was on there.
There.
Okay,
But
we ignore that.
outside of that, check me out on Tuesdays for Marina of One's Purslings campaign. And then you can also check Jesse and I out on Sundays on Guild of the Phoenix for another Vampire the Masquerade campaign and a Things from the Flood campaign, which we'll be returning to this Sunday. So do the thing and go
Do that
follow
watch.
and stuff.
Do that watch. Taylor.
Yes, Papa?
Why'd you say my name twice?
Taylor, it's your turn.
I'm a
Eating
cocoon.
sugar?
Like,
Go,
oh my
Papa.
God. I'm gonna eat all of you alive. My name's Taylor. Ah, my headphones are falling off. My life is falling apart. I play Wiley, a rootin' tootin' shooting cowboy, and he and Jay. Wiley's like, haha, Jay's great. I love Jay, and then Jay's like, I fucking hate this guy. Jesus Christ.
Jay's just a little. The entire point of me doing that scene between them is to show that Jay is a little bit more mature, like he's grown up a little bit to like be like his own person. So
Hey, if you had a bear killing a bunch of children, wouldn't you kill the bear?
no, like I said in the chat earlier, I said
Hey, what
this is a ethical problem where it's either you kill the animal, like it's like no different than like how a tiger kills a bunch of livestock or kills a child.
Siegfried and Roy.
Or,
I don't think you
Siegfried
can
and Roy.
compare children to livestock.
Well, same thing. Like a child could easily disappear in the jungle somewhere. People either make the choice of do I shoot the tiger or do I take the tiger away from a habitat that.
Or you let the kid die and let Johnny pick them up.
Well,
It's a farm.
yes.
All right, Jay, go get the Perryton yourself, bitch. Anyways,
I don't think you understand the
listen.
resources I have now.
Listen, you want to rehabilitate that thing?
He can
I'll
get a
take
net
over.
any day of the week. Throw it right over that thing. You got a bird in the bag.
What was
Listen,
your
it's like
what was your favorite part, Taylor?
The amount of silence means they have none.
I'm having to think. Sorry,
You
that
missed
like,
about
sucked.
4/5 of the session going pee.
Fuck you! I had to pee so many times. My favorite part of the session is I'm glad I didn't have to roll anything because my mouse is broken and I've been stuck on the same Discord window of my DM.
Bro, my keyboard's broken
With
when
Zoom
I'm on Zoom.
right hand side.
Your brain
but
cells.
But I really like. I don't know. I just like seeing how far everyone's come. and like you said, Julian, like showing that Jay's like matured more, and like Kiva's also like gotten more of her bearings, and she's becoming more of her own person, and she's standing up for herself more. She's got that fucking bad bitch energy.
It's all in the
Johnny,
boots,
Johnny
honestly.
can spell.
Yeah, Johnny can spell bitch.
And read.
And
Johnny
read.
knows curse words.
And
Is
I
what
think
that
the
implies.
biggest development that we've had is that Johnny's literate now.
And
I
Johnny
think that-
figured out that
And
the
he figured
belt
out he was a
tail.
And
scorpion.
then he figured, yeah,
That's what this game is about.
big brain.
Just growth. This
But-
this whole thing's about growth.
Johnny has one
It's
wrinkle
like-
in his brain now.
It's like in Spore when you eat enough meat and then your brain gets bigger.
Stop.
Just suddenly.
Dude, I just gotta.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, my name is Michael. I've been Kiva. I had a lot of fun. Always enjoy the game. I just got a yawn. I'm so sorry. Holy shit.
Oh, it took me all my energy not to yawn.
Great. Yeah.
My energy levels.
My favorite part was I think it was Kiva reacting to Jay's story more than anything. That was the part I had like the most fun with. I love the Hercules dipshit. I thought that was great. I loved the politely back talking the interviewer. I was happy I was able to navigate that relatively gracefully.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for what that whole fucking horrible quest line is going to lead to.
Oh, you know, you might have to talk to a giant and then, or convince Atlas to hand you over the world. You know.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that one. That one sucks. I'll help herd the cattle or whatever.
The cattle steal some fruit.
There you go. I'll do the fucking easy ones. That this dipshit. He's gonna go
Kill
for.
the Nemean
I'm gonna
lion."
kill the lion. Yeah, it's like okay, fine.
Yeah.
Get eaten, asshole. I'm gonna go help a farmer with his cows. I'll be done in like a minute. Idiot.
Just go help Wiley with his cows.
That's honestly, there's a trial.
Right there.
Anyway, I thought it was great. Yeah, please join me here again next Friday, where I am playing Jackson Preen, the Vampire Queen, Peacock of Lamrock, and Shepherd of Sin.
The owner of an 11th toe.
No, that's not true. It was literally debunked. I disrobed to prove it.
Still so funny.
Though the owner of London's hottest new club, the Gilded Cage,
Oh, is that the name of the haven?
I think everybody's kind of like leaned into it a little bit. I don't know.
No.
Maybe it's not the right name. Well, Vanessa doesn't count because she's never gonna fucking agree. Anyway, but yeah.
I don't even need to handle your security. I'll just let everyone in. Fuck you.
I don't give a shit anymore.
Children.
Anyway,
Don't bring the narrator into this.
yeah. Watch me play a mean battle vampire man, who has a lot of fun secrets. And join us on Monday for Ungilded Tides, where we are continuing our Feywild campaign. Well, finishing our Feywild campaign. So help me God. We lost someone. We lost a crew member.
F and chat.
Bless their heart, F in chat. But it will not be in vain. We are
But you
going
get
to.
Fishwife later.
Fishwife is coming back.
vanities, all is vain.
Is that choir groaning from the grave?
Yeah, come
He's
see how the party fucking deals with the fact that V just called the Queen of the Fairies a slur.
Yeah, he did do that.
V say a
Cool.
slur!
He screamed a slur, actually.
V grew so much in that one session.
That was such a great session. But yeah, come see that on Monday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm Jesse. I was the storyteller for this game, Scion. But I'm also a player on this channel. I play games. I play on Gilded Tides, and I play Vampire ! At the Disco. I play characters on those two. I also play on Guild of the Phoenix on Sundays. I do another vampire game where I play a different vampire, not the same one, obviously. And we're also going to be running Quiet Season 2. It's the premiere, and it was a game that was on Fenn's channel, and now it's back, and I'm the newest player on that group, and I'm playing if Elle Woods was a hacker.
And I'm playing not Jay's dad.
But totally Jay's dad.
Totally Jay's dad.
That I
Down to the tattoo across his arm.
Wait,
Shh.
The dragon tattoo.
are
you know?
Jay and Hira brothers in a way?
Yes.
if Hira was
Yeah.
ever born,
Hira would be a scion of Orpheus, duh.
Orpheus is not a god.
I got his funny little loot. though.
Orpheus reincarnated.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Orpheus reincarnated.
Maybe. Maybe.
You could just be a scion of Hermes and then you can do it.
There you
Hero
go.
name is Orpheus.
Look, there's enough Greek scions.
There's a lot
Just
of
be a
Greek-
scion of
Greek scions,
Hermes.
there's too many of them.
There's
Anyway,
fiction
It's all Greek to me.
we're gonna go ahead and release you guys from this special stream. Give us a follow, give us a sub, and all that stuff. Watch us